got to be a trusted source, and that's what we are here at Weather Channel, and we will definitely support the Weather Service in saying Hurricane Warning.
Hello?
This is a significant wind event for the Tallahassee area, and you've got a strengthening hurricane.
All right.
All right.
Trying to get Cronin.
Yeah, we got a, I did extend an invitation for him to come on the program since we'll be discussing the in ministry and industrial music and industrial general. And credit to YR definitely for bringing this discussion up.
Brown,
Yes.
can you play the video that I sent you? You know, it's already on your channel. You uploaded. Can you play some of that for the audience?
I will
here?
do it. I will do that, definitely. Now-
I do the video, so.
Okay, yes. It is, yeah. YR sent me a clip of the band Ministry performing the song Revenge. It's up on my channel. It's also on YR's channel, definitely for sure there. Now, I'm going to get it right now. I'm going to play a little bit snippet of it so that way we don't get no trouble with the copyrights.
Well, no, because I own the video. I own it.
Yes, you do, yes. All right, so let me see if I can...
Technically,
Mhm.
because what happened was, I'll explain, like, basically, this particular band, guys,
Mm-hmm.
was in a whole nother genre. The owner of the band, basically the leader,
Uh-huh.
basically the guy, the brains behind the whole thing, Al Jourgensen.
Al Jourgensen, yes, that's his name.
Yeah. He didn't want to do the original stuff, not the original stuff, but the early
The
stuff.
early stuff, stuff like
You know? And so by him bringing the song on these live sets now, and he's doing it in a different way because
Yes.
it does sound way less synthier
Mhm.
than the original
More
version.
guitar.
But look, is he singing? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but
Mhm.
you know, obviously I was there live seeing it. But either is he singing live with like not necessarily the echo, but like a chorus effect? You think, or is he singing, or is that really him singing through the mic?
That is him singing through the mic. Remember his
So
his-
they were never known for lip syncing or nothing
no,
like that.
no, they
All right,
already
so
they do have
good.
they do have samples that come on during the songs.
Yeah, like I heard, the one song where you hear the drill, like zzz, zzz. I think it's
Yes.
Thieves or something.
Yeah, but like a bzzz, bzzz.
Now, those I don't mind. That's fine. Like piano, even a piano part, or you
Yes.
know what I'm saying. But they did have keyboarders there.
Yeah,
Obviously
they
live.
do. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So damn that because bro, that song is still good. The original, right? The
Yes.
Revenge original, and people
Yeah.
probably don't know
Yeah,
nothing
let me.
about it like I did going in.
Okay.
But going to see him live, and this guy's super political. He's like,
Yes, he
people
is definitely.
saying he's Antifa. He supports Antifa, like pretty crazy stuff.
Wow,
but,
really there. Well, let
Yeah,
me
like people were saying-
give it a time to explain the what's going on here tonight. Tonight we're doing Music Maniacs on an early night instead of tomorrow night because we have the hurricane coming up around the area that I live, and Wire's been very, very concerned. And we got off work early around 5 p.m. Eastern, and Wire decides, hey, let's go live tonight. And now let me explain the situation. Yeah, everything is okay around here. So and Wire is very concerned because he's my brother, he's my partner in rhyme and crime and so that.
And by tomorrow, it's gonna fucking be no electricity, all kinds of shit, Brown. So
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know. Are you watching the weather? Or?
I know I don't have the weather on right now but I do get weather updates here and there on my phone, and I did hear the weather channel in your end there by Dallas.
They're saying that people want to evacuate you. Everyone needs to be evacuated, and this is not good, Brown. I don't know were you around for Hurricane Harvey in Houston?
Well, I wasn't in Houston. I was by the Woodlands area around when that whole thing went down. But I remember we stayed indoors all day for the next couple of days because it just rained nonstop.
Looking at the Florida map, right?
Yes.
So, like, Woodlands, for the people out there, the Woodlands compared to would be, like when you say Houston, you think downtown Houston.
Yes,
Like,
that's
but there's so many other, like Sugarland, Dr. Brown,
yeah.
Galveston area, out, all different Katy area, Cypress,
Spring,
Spring, Magnolia, all these different areas.
Belmont.
Even the Beaumont area, Lumberton. There's all these different little towns and smaller cities around Houston as well, much
Yeah,
like a lot of other places. But to like, that would be compared to like where you're at, Brown.
yeah.
The Woodlands would be maybe, I don't know. I mean, definitely Keith is east. He's not anywhere where you're at, but this storm
Exactly,
is
yeah.
going to slam right into you, and I don't know how. I mean, look, they're really hyping it up on the TV and the weather
Well,
channel and everything.
I'm no surprised about that. They hype everything up. Like they hyped it up the pandemic, they hyped up Ebola, they had hyped up the West Nile virus and all that stuff. They always do that.
It's going to be
That's
like,
the media.
it's really going to slam through Tallahassee area, kind of.
I heard that.
Like northern of Tampa, but y'all are still going to get some east wing of that storm.
I know.
And that's just what the radar says. It could change. It could do.
Yeah, it's true.
They're saying since the water is so warm, I mean, this is unprecedented storm. And did you board up your windows or?
We have a couple thing windows boarded up there, and we have some tape on it, in the form of an X, so that way they won't break. That's what was suggested there by my brother-in-law. Now,
CM Punk fan.
what again? CM
CM
Punk.
Punk
Oh
fan.
yeah, because he puts the X's on his tape on his wristbands there. All right, so let's get to the main discussion. The band Ministry. YR saw Ministry open for Rob Zombie this past Thursday, and he got a couple of clips of them performing Revenge, the song that we talked about. First time performed live since back in 1984, believe it or not. Now, when Wire sent me the clip, the concert clip of that through Skype, and I feel free to send him the original version. He was like, "Wow." And the album that song came from was called With Sympathy. It was in 1983. It was him, Al Jourgensen, and drummer Stephen George. Now, that album for years was often hated by Jourgensen because basically at the time, techno pop acts like the Human League, Heaven 17, Eurythmics, Depeche Mode was the main craze at that time. Keyboards, drum machines, or rhythm machines. And Jorgensen would have had some other ideas for the first record, but the label he was on demanded he sound like what everybody else was doing. And when you think about it, when it compares to the stuff that they would later now currently do, which is the more harder heavy metal stuff, with a little bit of industrial elements here and there, like the drum machines, the keyboard samplers.
You would say like he's, the Ministry, really Al Jourgensen would be kind of like how Black Sabbath was to heavy metal. Would you say that? Like the pioneers?
Well, yes, they are definitely the pioneers of industrial metal. Go back to the album, The Land of Rape and Honey.
Not that I knew, and if I knew this was, because look, I'm getting close to 18,000 views on that song.
I know, yes, nice.
I was technically on YouTube. I was the first to post that song. It was the first post of that song. Now there's a lot of others, but that was the first night of that tour because he was on tour with Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper and obviously Filter. Now Filter opened and then it was Ministry. If I knew it was going to be this huge deal like it is right now, I would have recorded every single fucking Ministry song because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty pissed off. I didn't get any T-shirts because they were $50.
Wow.
Usually they, $45 right now is the average. Even like the Metallica T-shirts were $45.
Wow,
but
interesting.
Still high, but not bad. But $50.
Too much, man.
I'm pretty pissed that I did not get, and I would have gotten a Ministry T-shirt, Dr. Brown tour shirt.
Yeah, exactly. I had a couple myself there.
Listen, this is huge. And the band's not even that bad. Like, they have, obviously, because I listened to that song today, the Thieves song, with that drill sound in there. And that's definitely well, I mean, industrial is the perfect word for this type of music. It has, which industrial is branched off from metal. What is industrial? What is metal physically?
Hmm.
You know, it's like it's a silver. It's a hard thing that makes sound, and like the industrial sound. Obviously, it's like you said, the drum machine type sounds, but
Yes.
like keyboard sounds, not necessarily synth, but like definitely using the keyboard there,
Yep.
and the actual industrial sounds like a sound of if you're an industrial like
Industrial fanatic.
or yeah, like a metalworks or a metal shop, or you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, literally, and that branches off, and now I'm definitely that's the best way to explain it all. I'm definitely getting it because when you
Yeah,
think
man.
industrial, like think of Nine Inch Nails, blah blah, but
Yep.
this was literally like saying, and listen, I'm getting over 200 likes. There's
That's good. Yeah. Congratulations.
40 plus people, different people, and I mean they have. Would you say like a fan base? Like it's just a small. It's a sub fan. I mean it's small, but it's big at the same time. It's not they're not playing football
Arenas. No.
like that.
I
But
think the largest venue they ever played was the Michigan State Fair Coliseum back in November of 1992. That to me was probably the biggest venue I remember seeing them there.
there's definitely a fan base there, almost
Yes,
like wrestling.
definitely.
It's
Yes.
it's it's definitely there, and like more, like it's. I'm getting YouTube wise, I got a lot of looks and likes and comments and views from
Everybody.
the Ace Frehley stuff. A lot of Ace Frehley, those videos, and a lot of it was negative comments, but it got a lot of traction there. Then I would say that would have been my biggest, right? Popularity and everything. I mean, little the Judas Priest stuff, video wise.
Hmm.
But this single video alone of Revenge, and it's going to hit 20,000 views. And my Judas Priest full video, full concert, me and Brown,
Yes.
which was my number one most viewed video, is 17K, and it's been like that for a while. I think it's 17 or 19K. It's close to it's something like that. So, but this single video ministry will be past 20K, folks, because obviously at first when I put it out there, it was the first date of the tour and the first time. Obviously he's going to probably play that. He played that because I saw other videos pop up of other cities. He probably played 2 or 3, 4 cities since then, or probably a couple since then, because this was Tuesday. This will be the biggest video I've ever put out. So, and I had to share it to Dr. Brown, so
Yes, it's
he
on my channel. Yes.
might have to tag it differently or something, but because it should be a lot by now. But you might have to tag it differently instead of doing the numbers for the date. You might have to actually spell the date out. You know what I'm saying? And I own the
Yes.
video, so no one's gonna do anything, and it's on all platforms right now. So
Yeah, I'm reading the comments from your version, well, from your video. It's like, I love this new version, and this is from Brandon Evans Art. I'm glad to see Al finally embracing that album with sympathy, because for years he dislodged that album, calling it an abortion. At one point, he even encouraged fans to shoplift it instead of purchasing it, because I think he said it was like writing an album with a gun against your head, because at that time Depeche Mode were starting out, Human League, Eurythmics, and record companies are trying to find their own versions of it. They tried to do that with Al and his group. Now, Jourgensen did come out with some other industrial music stuff there, like All Day, the album Twitch, another classic, Every Day as Halloween. You gotta look up that song, and I think they had a different, heavier version of that later on, years on down the line. Then in '88, they put out an album called The Land of Rape and Honey, which just crossed over, went it towards a harder, heavy metal like direction. This was thrash metal with drum machines. The song you uploaded, Stigmata, it still remains a classic among the
Yeah, I
underground
didn't know
club
that was.
scene.
Look, I was just recording random, like when he picked up the guitar to play, like I record. I didn't know, like if I would record all of that, like Brown, because it probably would have blown you away because I wasn't expecting. And listen, going back to the tour real quick, because we have plenty of time today, Brown. It's just me and
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Now I did see Ark is
Is
on
on the
Sky,
call, yes. We did add him in as well.
but let's begin with Filter.
Yes.
And realize, and I only recognize the one song.
Hey man, what nice shot.
Right, so I recorded that
Which,
one.
by the way, was
Did you
about
hear it?
F. Bud Dryer.
Did you hear that?
That song, what?
Did you hear any of that video? Because it sounded
I did,
great.
yes. I did, yes.
It
It definitely was
sounded.
great there. And you know what
Oh my
that song's about?
no.
It's about F. Bud Dyer, the politician from Philadelphia who shot himself in front of a press conference back in '87.
Wow, really? I remember that.
Yes, well, take a look at the uncensored footage if it's still out there. Wow, man! I saw it one time at in fact, one industrial legendary group, Skinny Puppy, had uncensored footage I guess, on the screen of one of their tours, but they had to take it down when he got reached Philadelphia because, some of the relatives of this guy really was not had too happy about that. Oh, by the way, going back to Ministry, we also got there's other albums worth checking out. Psalm 69
Wait,
and the Wait from
real quick.
19. Go ahead.
I'm gonna run through the tour thing real quick
Go
because,
right ahead.
yeah, but so like the Filter was great and everything, right? When Ministry came out, probably 45 minutes set, Dr. Brown. Not
Yes.
too short, not too long. But if you're saying that you never heard of any lip syncing or anything, it sounded phenomenal. And look, and this is coming off of Metallica Weekend, 2 shows. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
now I'm not saying this beat the Metallica Weekend whatsoever, but it definitely did not underwhelm. Like if a Metallica Weekend was 10 out of 10, this whole package of these 4 groups, Dr. Brown, seriously, I would throw in there at least a 7.58, 8.5. I mean, a good solid score, like a good 85, 90. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So when obviously this Ministry group, Dr. Brown, you've been following for years, 40
Yep.
plus years. Actually, can you look up right now if that tour is coming to Florida?
You know what? I should probably do that right now. Give me a couple of seconds there.
Listen, it's tickets. You can get lawn tickets, $20, 30, whatever. But there was a lot of tickets not sold. Now I can't, I was a little late, but I came right when Filter started.
Ah.
I was walking into, I was in the venue already, everything right, but I was coming into where the seats are watching Filter start. So I didn't miss anything, but I did move up in the seats because there was a lot of seats open. That's the point I'm trying to get to. So yeah, look, it's the Rob Zombie Alice Cooper tour, basically. Rob Zombie
Yes.
had. Is it true that is a lot of those Alice Cooper songs like 2 or 3 minutes? Is that?
Well, it all depends the kind of songs that they're doing. They could last about 6 minutes or 5 minutes or 4 minutes there.
Well, Dr. Brown, a lot of those, you could take my and cut it on, like a lot of those songs that he opened with, were like 2, 3 minutes. I mean, pretty short songs. Because I remember having to, because I recorded a lot, like 3 or 4, but I was getting tired there, Brown,
Yes.
But I got a lot of the, so the Ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you're looking that up, let us know while you're looking that up on the Florida with the, because you got to hit that. If it's coming in your area or 50 miles or even 100 miles, I mean, all 4 did not And look, if you think about it, besides Alice Cooper, it was a industrial esque because the Filter guy, the creator of Filter, he was the
Yes.
former touring guitarist for Nine Inch Nails. Now
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Nine Inch Nails was just the one guy, his creation, like, Smashing Pumpkins, blah blah blah. So the touring guitarist, basically, who did the touring, was this dude. So it is the industrial act. Everything. I'm sure Cronin's familiar.
Yeah.
Plus, Rob Zombie's a little industrial in there too, Brown.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the stuff like the stuff he did with White Zombie, as well as his solo record Hellbilly Deluxe, which I highly recommend you pick it up if you've ever seen it. And sadly, Ministry already passed through this past weekend. Unfortunately, dang gummit. They was in Tampa on Saturday. No, was it? Let's see here. I believe it was on Saturday, and on Sunday it was at West Palm Beach.
Where are they going to be next?
I guess they're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, this coming Tuesday, which is actually today. Believe it or not, they're playing there. Tommy, if you're out there, go check them out. Definitely for shizzle.
No, seriously, are they going to be anywhere in Georgia or anywhere else in football?
I'm checking right now. They're checking Illinois, Iowa, Oklahoma, Clarkston, Michigan, Pine Knob Music Theater. Next Tuesday, Toronto, Canada. Dave Rose, definitely go check them out for sure.
Has Ministry ever toured with Rob Zombie or anything? Is this what they do? Like usually, or are they usually doing like?
I think they do their own shows. Believe it, when they're the headliners. They did that a lot of times.
Yo, bro, they're gonna go like. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see states. I mean, they're gonna hit a lot of California in October. Oh fuck! It ends in October, the end of October in the Vegas area. But it's really not going to be anywhere close to where you're going to be at, bro. What the
I
fuck?
know, yeah, I know. Like I said, they already passed through this past weekend there. I didn't know about it, but like I said, we'll be able to because I'm at work, earning money.
Well, if you could fly to North Carolina on a Tuesday, this coming Tuesday,
which is today. Today it's let's see.
Starting right. Damn it. All right. So what about you don't want to go to Illinois? Would you drive to Illinois or Iowa?
Illinois? If I could fly there.
Ooh, what about Michigan? Clarkston. Ooh, Pine Knob.
Yeah, I know exactly. I just mentioned that not too long ago.
Talk about you've talked about the Pine Knob
many times. Yes, exactly. Me and Simo.
Oh my God! Would you fly to Pine Knob to see this?
Yeah, that would sound like a good idea. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
I would rather go to this than the Skinny Puppy, and I went to this live literally a couple days ago, and listen, because you're getting 4 groups for the price of one. The sound was phenomenal for all 4 groups. Phenomenal vocals, all live. Ministry, I didn't know what I was in for. I didn't know what I was getting. He just came out. He just came out with this political song, and the music video has like the KKK and all this shit on it. I mean, obviously he's far, far left.
Yep, absolutely. He was.
Which is fine. Look, I am not the type of person that's going to walk out, and if they talk about, I mean, he didn't say anything political or say nothing political live. He played that song though that they just came out with this song.
Which one was it? NWO.
Well, he played the NWO, but he played this new song that just came out, Dr. Brown, called "Goddamn White Trash." Look it up. Just came out.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's not forget in the early 2000s, around the second Gulf War, he had 3 albums that was called the Anti-Bush Trilogy. It was 3 albums that going after George W. Bush because of the second Gulf War at that time.
What I'm trying to make is, he is again. I mean, and at the end of the day, a lot of these people, artists, Hollywood, they're on the left, as it is anyway. So it makes no difference to me. I don't care. I still went. and I should have recorded the fucking everything. I mean, to be honest, like Rob Zombie was like everything was good. I'm not gonna say one was better than the other. Alice Cooper definitely was very entertaining and interesting
Oh
and
yeah.
spot on. And I'm not. This just I'm not familiar with. I'm going into a concert, guys, that I'm like 40% familiar with these groups. Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I've heard obviously the big hits and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I'm going into it. It's not like going into Metallica or Priest or Ace Frehley or others that I know the deeper tracks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, like look, watching it and y'all just gotta catch out this tour because damn it, Dr. Brown, I wish we could have.
Hmm.
That shit's pretty close to you, right? That one, but the Pine Knob is still a possibility because you don't necessarily need to spend a bunch of money on tickets to see the show, right?
Yeah.
20, 30 bucks, whatever, right? Um, because you can always move up, blah blah blah, because it's not selling good. I mean, I called Eddie Trunk show twice in a couple weeks, week and a half, and he was saying there's so many. So obviously, we talked about the Pumpkins thing, getting the
Yes.
upgrade, but there's so many shows out there. I mean, it's winding down a bit now. You know what I mean? But the past month and obviously the summer, it was a lot of concerts to go to and everything. Not for me, just in general. Like there's a lot. So Eddie Trunk was saying like there's a lot to see. There's so much to see that not everything's selling out. Not everything is going to be packed. I mean, everything's going to be packed. Like it gets packed, but there's going to be plenty of seats.
Hmm.
Like, so even if you have to get lawn, Dr. Brown for the 20, boom, move up, right?
Yes.
I like the lawn too and everything, but like I want to be fucking. I mean, it's like hot in Texas. It's like 110. Like I don't want to be in the lawn. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah,
still
it's
a good
true.
good sound. But there's plenty of seats available, and no one's hassling you to wear your tickets, and everything's fine. So
That's
if you
good.
could, if you could get the lawn ticket, Dr. Brown, and pay, even have to do the Spirit Airlines, the cheaper airfare, a couple hundred on that. Obviously, maybe get a little hotel thing, save. I mean, being personally, like $1,000 I would hit just to be safe. But like you probably hit that thing for like 500, save like 500, and that's pretty good. Like I mean, airfare might. I mean, it depends on the airfare,
Hmm.
but it is worth that to go through all of that just to see the ministry. But not only that, you're seeing three other groups
Yep. Oh,
that, and you're
yep.
gonna hear that song because I believe that song is permanent. The Revenge song is permanent on the set list. Now they are selling pit tickets. They were selling pit tickets in it. This should be the price that around 140 or some shit. So it might be that same price everywhere else.
Hmm.
So the pit seats, which is right in front of the stage, guys, which didn't get as full as Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins pit was packed, Dr. Brown,
Oh
and I was
yeah.
right behind the pit in the seats, right behind the pit. This pit for this show, it was packed. It was definitely a lot of people for the zombie show and everything, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of seats in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's where I sat there and this Alice Cooper show, Dr. Brown. Have you ever seen Alice Cooper or any of these
I
groups?
did. I did see Alice Cooper live when he played a Royal Oak Music Theater back in 2003, and it was a good show as always.
You have to go to the Pine Knob. This is crazy
Yeah.
that they're playing there.
Yeah.
Is that an actual pavilion? Outside
It
pavilion?
is. It is some. It's the same. It is an amphitheater. It has a pavilion. It has the lawn area way behind. We have two other amphitheaters. There was this one in Pontiac, Michigan, which was basically all standing up, no hardly any seats. That's not far from the
I,
other spots.
People don't realize. People need to realize. So I want to compare of them just playing the Revenge song live. How like it would be like if I want to kind of talk in wrestling terms. So like
Hmm.
if it would be like if which this did happen a couple years ago in WrestleMania. After all these years, guys,
Yep.
when Stone Cold came back at WrestleMania and like he did the segment with Vince McMahon and like did the whole thing and did the match. It's like, oh my God! Now a lot of us, including me, has never heard of the group ministry before. But seeing them live and then learning the history and the gist of it, basically, of how huge, and seeing the views, guys, I'm getting close to 20,000
You
views.
are, yes. And the
Oh,
comments, I'm reading it right now. Here's the best one.
we're gonna read all the comments tonight.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
then over, how many likes is there? Over 200. What's the exact number on there?
Well, let's see. Let me start up with some of the comments that have been people have been saying about this. One saying this is fucking brilliant. The other saying this made my year. Holy fuck, that is awesome.
The point I'm talking
Hell,
about, making no money. I don't monetize no videos, don't like that. I put that in my edits there.
yep,
Um, why this is a big deal to me of all these views and everything is it's showing me, well, this is kind of like a big deal, you know what I'm
it
saying? But
is because this, like we mentioned.
it's a very, very low key. It's like wrestling, bro. Like wrestling is such a bubble. This band is such a bubble, but it has a hardcore fan base, is what I'll say. Just like professional wrestling has its hardcore fan bases, like your Joe Cronin show audience and everything, hardcore. And
Yep.
I'm not saying it's a huge fan base, but it's a hardcore fan base. I'm not saying what size it is because I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes.
But judging from that, their third bill on a zombie show, they're not huge, but they're definitely known and everything. And
Very well known. Yes.
learning the history, guys, because industrial music is a subgenre, I would think, right?
Yeah,
Say,
absolutely. Yes.
and of alternative music, right?
Yes.
But these guys were basically like the Beatles, or the Elvises, or the Black Sabbath
Pioneers. The pioneers.
guys, pioneers, the first. And I don't say them or they or those guys. It was really Al Jourgensen, is what I'm hearing. He was really the brain behind a lot of this, correct, Brian?
Yes.
Like he,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like I
That's what
said,
matters.
let me let me also give you a rundown to some of the other albums that they put it out when he switched from
Did you play
Duran to Slayer.
song?
What do you got?
Did you play that? Did you play any of that song for the audience? Or no?
I played a little bit. I was gonna let me play what it sounds like here. There you go.
Yeah, we got to get people. I mean, the song is so catchy. I listen to it every day, Dr. Brown.
There you go. Let me turn it up a bit. All right, there we go.
Whoa, no.
Yep, and the reason why this is a big deal because, as we mentioned, this has been the first time that song has been played since, as we mentioned, 1984. In fact, you also got to remember that Al in the past hated that whole album with sympathy because, as I mentioned, and now I guess, from what I understand, one of the comments in your I guess he
Yeah,
did a tour
someone
with
saw
Gary
that.
Newman.
Someone saw the well, I saw this comment. I don't know if it was mine, but
Hmm.
they were saying that there was a Ministry tribute band, and they were playing some of the early stuff, and Al saw the reaction to the audience and was like, "Oh my," he thought about, you know what I'm saying? So the song live is definitely industrialized compared
Yes, a
to the.
lot with a lot of guitars as well. There, definitely. It's and a lot
But,
people are loving
but
this.
it still has a synth sound, Dr. Brown, in there
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
You know, they still have the keyboardist playing that. Oh no! And that song is stuck in my head.
Hmm.
I listen to it every day right now. That is definitely my song.
Yeah, it is. It's a
But
badass song.
Good afternoon, Brown. Good afternoon, Brown. How are you, Brown?
Prince
Yo, Mr.
Idol, what's up, man?
How's
Prince.
it going? Where's Agnolia? I haven't heard from him in a while.
We tried to get on the call, but he wasn't able to make it.
Real quick, have you ever heard of this ministry group, Prince?
I heard. They're good.
Really?
Very good.
They're really good.
Yeah,
People,
check.
this is huge right now. This, Dr. Brown, can you put like concert review in your title so people know?
All right,
we're talking about,
I already. Well, actually, I have it in the description.
Lately, guys, it's
Well,
been a sad week. I heard Brown talking about it. It's been a very sad week for wrestling and music and everything we talk about here has been a sad week.
No one cares about Bray Wyatt, okay?
Oh, dude! Oh, you made enemies right there, man. Oh, dude!
This is not a wrestling program. This is a music show. If you
I
want,
said music has been a sad week for music and everything we talk about. It's been really sad.
How is it sad in music? In pro wrestling,
We lost some few musicians. We lost a few people that passed away. You know,
great week
this year.
Which ones?
The Bootleg channel.
We lost Tina Turner. Come on, we lost a lot.
That was a long while ago, man. We're talking about this
I'm
week.
saying in general, it's been really sad this year.
You're gonna have this
as a whole
come on the damn podcast, Dr. Brown, like this. We're not gonna
hold on. Prince. Well, first things first. We're not talking about Tina Turner. We know she's gone, but that was weeks back. Okay. All right. We're talking about the band Ministry. Wire's giving his review of the Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper Ministry Filter show that he saw last Thursday, and he's really into Ministry. He's now into that group, and I'm recommending albums by Ministry to check it out.
It's a great group.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And by the way, go ahead.
Prince, are you going to keep acting like some damn coon on this podcast so we're going to be professional?
I'm sorry. I was just saying it's been a sad week. That's all.
Okay, well, it's a sad week in pro wrestling, but that's another program we're doing. We're talking rock and roll.
Listen, real quick on the wrestling, did y'all hear what Ryback said about Joe Cronin today?
What did he say? We tried to get him on the call there, but he's unavailable.
Well, we get Joe on because Ryback. I did post it. I was the first to do that.
All right.
And Ryback is great, bro. He really did fill in the gap for this community.
All right.
Like he really is. And if you look at him, you can't, like, I'm a fan of Joe and I'm a fan of Ryback. You can be a fan of both. Ryback is just misunderstood, really. He's a nice guy and he's cool. And I only called in like a couple times. I like just listening. And he talked about Cronin today. I had nothing to do with that. Someone who is a regular on his show. He really has like this one guy that calls in. Like a lot of people call in, right, Brown?
Yes.
And there's people's names that, you know, if you start listening for a couple of weeks, you start recognizing people. But it's only one at a time. But there's just one guy that he has on for a long time, almost every day. And he's really cool, just a fan and everything. And he's like a New York guy, and he kind of sounds like a younger Ken.
Yeah.
He has a laugh and everything. And he brought it up himself. He said, yeah, he saw the video of JD and Joe Cronin going to meet Ryback.
Yes.
And so he brought that up, and Ryback explained everything. And I don't know if Ryback was telling the truth on a couple things. He was saying one of the guys wore a beer hat, like you know, where you drink the beer from the hat. And I went back to that video and looked at it. And I didn't see no one wearing the beer hat, and then they were secretly recording Ryback, he said, and I don't think, you know, I think they had the camera out. I don't know. We'll have to hear Joe's response because it's very interesting. But Ryback is not afraid to bring up Joe Cronin. He just doesn't bring up his name. But if you know, and you know the history with Ryback and Cronin, you know when you talk.
Exactly.
Someone will say that JC guy, or he'll say that JC guy. He doesn't just bring him up himself. But Ryback is definitely misunderstood, guys. And he's 41. He's making this big comeback against Goldberg, and it's going to take some time, maybe a couple months. But he's trying, probably AEW, you know what I mean? But to get back into this ministry thing.
Yeah. Wire, I also got some other albums from you to check out just as well. Check out The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. That's the one with the song Thieves on it, with the drill and the sampled guitars. By the way, the bum, bum. That's a keyboard, by the way. He's been known to sample a lot of things from movies like Road Warrior, Platoon, is some of the middle of those songs. He also sampled, William S. Burroughs, the writer.
It's interesting, like a lot of these tours, and all of them, all four of those people were coming out with new. I don't know about Zombie, but I know Alice Cooper came out with new stuff. I know, Filter came out with something new, and then I know, Ministry came out with a goddamn White Trash song.
Yep.
I think another album or something.
Yeah.
But they're touring for that reason, obviously, because they're coming out with new stuff. So I put the two and two together.
Yep.
That's easy to understand. But all of those guys, I mean, including Alice, and obviously, I'm more talking about, like a Rob Zombie, in White Zombie, it was really, Rob Zombie was the brainchild, really.
Mm-hmm.
You think about Filter, it's what's his name, who's
Richard. I think it's Richard or Robert Patrick. Let me look it up.
Patrick Pryor, Richard Pryor.
Yeah. What?
And obviously, this Al Jourgensen guy, Ministry. This was.
Yeah, Richard. Yeah, his name is Richard Patrick. And by the way, his brother Robert is an actor. He was in the second Terminator movie.
Dr. Brown, you got to go to this Virginia show.
All right.
I mean, you got to go to this Pine Knob show.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'll see what comes up there because everything is always crazy around in this area. It's always been crazy at our place.
What about the Tennessee show? I think they're going to be in Tennessee.
I do not know. I don't have the tour dates up right now. I was only examining what's coming up for the next couple of days, so that's about it.
All I'm saying is it's worth flying to.
Yep.
And to Dr. Brown, this ministry group is huge. Like when you saw this, and this is the impact of this, and this is basically what went on.
Yeah.
I uploaded it. I mean, I told Dr. Brown, I uploaded it, and Dr. Brown, and I sent it to Brown.
Yep.
The link to my channel.
Yep.
And I believe I already had it titled and everything, Revenge. When you saw that, it was like...
Wow, interesting. Well, because I heard a couple years back that he was now deciding to revisit that album. Because, as we mentioned, he hated it, he despised it, he called it an abortion. In fact, I guess what I understand in one of the comments on your video... He did a tour with he was talking with Gary Newman, who has some pretty stuff of his own, like Down in the Park, Our Friends Electric, Metal, other tracks like and I guess basically Gary Newman basically told Al, hey, that stuff you did on that album is still pretty good. It still holds up to this very day. In fact, you may remember the YouTube short that I put it out with me mouth singing along with that song. It was being played at the club. Remember? Yeah.
I saw that.
Yes.
There's a lot of...
In fact, there's a hashtag Make Ministry Synth Pop again.
There was a lot of I wouldn't necessarily say trans. There was a lot of men with beards wearing shorts up to their
oh my gosh, those kind of guys? I don't think so. Give me a break. No.
Dr. Brown with the net.
No, we're not doing this.
We're not doing Dr. Brown with the fish nets.
Yeah, some people just take it too far. Those people take it too far.
Well, no, Dr. Brown, the tour, the Rob Zombie tour was the Freak on Parade tour. Freaks on Parade. So there's definitely, I would say, the number one tour live show that I've seen. Definitely people that were definitely have.
Speaking of fishnets, I've seen some crazy stuff with some fishnet stuff. I've seen some crazy stuff with that.
Faggot just talks over me. Hello.
Yeah, let the YR talk, man, dude.
I was saying that a lot of these people look like they do have a membership at Hot Topic, just like Prince here. Go ahead, brother.
Yes, as I was saying, I seen some crazy, ironic stuff, guys. If it's not bad with the gay stuff with the kids, I seen fishnet like socks and shirts and I seen some raunchy stuff, Earl. Some
Yep.
raunchy stuff. They even have fishnet condoms, dude.
What?
I seen.
Well,
Yes,
Well, that's
man, I
that's
seen
a
some
well.
crazy shit.
Mhm.
I have seen
Prince,
some
you should-
crazy shit.
Prince, you should've-
You know what? Me and a friend buddy was at one of those clothing stores at the mall ages ago, and some the lady was talking about a leather condom with studs.
Yes, I'm saying. Like I seen, bro. What is this world coming to?
I have no clue, man. But you know what? Basically, everything's going every which way but loose. Needless to say, to quote the Clint Eastwood movie. But you know what? Going back to Ministry on which albums YR should definitely pick up. Check out The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste. Psalm 69. That was one of the big albums that came out 1982. Definitely check out Filth Pig from 1996, and whether also probably check out the Anti-Bush trilogy set there. 3 albums, directed towards George W. Bush, or Bush 43, as I often call him. And let's not also forget the various side projects that Jourgensen has had: the Revolting Cocks, Big Sexy Land, Beer, Sears, and Queers, and the live album.
Revolting Cox, Big Sexy Lamb.
Yep, that's
What?
the name of the album. That's the name of the album. And also, let's talk about their live album titled, get this one, You Goddamn Son of a Bitch. That's the name of the album. Pretty great album.
I like it. I like that. Big Salty Cox, you son of a bitch. I like it.
No, it's a Revolting Cocks. That's the name of the project. It was
Oh,
one of
even
the
better.
guys.
So Revolting Cox with fishnet condoms.
No,
You son of a bitch. Like it.
no. Prince, get real. Anyways, it came out in 1988. It was it's a live album. They also had other albums like Linger Thick and Good, which was featured a cover version
What you
of
just
Do You
said,
Think I'm
dude.
Sick?
Look what you just said. Linger.
That's the
Oh,
name of the album.
I love it. I love it.
Obviously, you don't know shit about Ministry and Al Jourgensen, right?
Come on.
I
Okay.
love it. I just said I love it. I love it. I
Well,
love the names. I love
okay.
it.
Okay, well, definitely check it out. Those albums. YR 1000 Homo DJs, their cover version of Supernaut, the Black Sabbath song.
SC Steve in the chat, please download Skype and get in here, brother. We need to talk about. Hello?
Yeah, SC? Is he on? Is SC joined the call?
How about Donald Trump and Pence? Everybody?
Hmm.
Yeah, what is going on with Donald Trump, by the way? What's really
I don't know. I don't know. It's like they're trying to put him in. It kind of funny is that years ago he was saying lock Hillary up, and now it may be him that may be locked up, I guess. They're accusing him of tampering with the 2020 election, but I don't know. But then again, they were saying the Democrats are doing this. This is a ploy from them, just like make sure Trump doesn't get reelected once again, run for president once more. And if SC, I see her in my chat there. If you want to join the call, let us know, and we'll add you in.
Do we really need him as president? Like, do we really need it? Let's be real. Do we really need it?
We need a black man as president, right up, Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Something. I don't care if it's black man, white man, woman, non-woman. I don't care. We need someone smart and young, not old.
What about a Mexican? You know what I'm saying?
I don't like I just said. I don't care what they are. We need someone smart and young in there and intelligent. I'm tired of these old fucks going in there and fucking shit up for everybody.
You want a smart young Mexican that drinks how to
I don't mind. I don't mind if it's Mexican, Asian, Canadian. I don't care. Just have a smart.
Cannot be Canadian, unfortunately, because I don't know about Canadian because back in Michigan we had a female woman. Her name was Jennifer Gramho. and she was originally from Canada, and she became governor of Michigan, and soon later after she became governor, Michigan went way downhill.
Jennifer Graham-Ho.
Yep, that's how we often called her, because she didn't do her job for shit. Even people from Canada that I spoke to when he came visit the resort I visit on the daily basis, not on weekly basis, they even said so themselves.
Dr. Brown, if you put Hurricane Irma in your title right now, you'll get thousands of views. You realize that?
Pre-hurricane show, I guess you could say.
Last days we hear
Irma?
We're going to stay in close contact with Dr. Brown through this, because this is pretty dangerous. I don't know if Dr. Brown...
Yes, Dr. Brown, you're in Florida.
Yes, right, yes.
Dr. Brown, this... I mean, I know you boarded up everything, but I'm saying... They're saying this is going to be big, Dr. Brown.
I'm going to miss you, Dr. Brown. I miss you.
I miss you too, man. And I'm not dead yet. Most like I won't be dead.
Dead here. No one's dead here, guys.
Yes,
okay?
and by the way, no one's even and I guess the name is Idalia.
This is well, Brian, you saw the Hurricane Harvey stuff. I mean, that was huge.
I remember. That was massive, but it was also sad. Very sad.
The surge is really what the concern is here for this Florida thing, Brown, which means everything gets flooded after the storm, all the water's inland and everything, all that, the storm surge. So not necessarily you're going to get 1,000-mile wind impact where you're at, but the flooding, the water everywhere, electricity out, storm, you're definitely going to get, because I'm watching the radar right now, Dr. Brown. Okay? I've seen worse. I've seen bigger storms, right, Dr. Brown? But
yes.
Closer it gets to land, it's going to turn to the Category 3. Do you have plenty of dry foods, rice?
We
stuff
do,
like that?
yes. We got a lot of shit in our cabinets and such here, including water, including drinks, including our fridge is packed, our cabinets are packed. We did a lot of shopping. In fact, if it's to say that, since I work at a grocery chain, I'm going to definitely get a big-ass paycheck for Shizzle, because yesterday, the lineups were long. Lineups for the cash registers were busy all day. It's geez. The meat that I often put out was, gone within minutes. In fact, I'm surprised we didn't get any more meat, no deliveries today. It's inside of the cooler where I often do some of my vlogs at, the shelves are pretty much empty.
Well, Brown, because the fucking hurricane's going to be
I
there.
know, yeah, exactly. It's not very rarely does this happen, but then again, people want to get prepared.
Right around when the big freeze, and when certain big things happen, people go to the stores and the grocery stores and different stores and just everywhere.
Stores, 7-Elevens, CVS.
People go to the CVS, the Walgreens. People get everything. You're essential.
Like they did with when you heard about COVID-19 touching down, it did.
Oh, so sorry.
Prince, are you?
It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Prince. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy.
Prince, what do you think about this Alice Cooper saying this trans kids things is weird and
it's just a fad, Well, let me.
Alice Cooper got canceled for this, by the way. People.
Yeah, I know. Some cosmetics company kind of canceled all ties with them because of that. But then let me say this. Alice Cooper, believe it or not, is a born again Christian, and in the Christian philosophies and mindsets, anything regarding transgender, gay, lesbian is an absolute no-no.
Hold on a minute.
Whoa, wait.
He's a born again Christian. He's a born again Christian.
Yes.
Oh, he's a born again Christian. I just saw him live get his head chopped off.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all know it's fake, but he is a firm believer of the Bible.
No, I'm just saying it was really dark, and very gothic and just.
And he's with Hollywood vampires.
Oh my god. Dr. Brown.
Yeah.
You need to go to the store to Pine Knob, please. People don't understand. Like, these people just like call in to Joe Cronin and watch wrestling, and that's all they do. And it's like, if you go to a concert, it'll absolutely change your. It's just so entertaining, to say the least. Did you see guys Jericho singing at the
Whether it's Fozzy concert?
At the Wembley, he sung at the Wembley Stadium for the wrestling.
Yeah, for All In. That was good.
I didn't know about this.
All In was good, dude. That was a good pay-per-view. That was, oh my God, you missed out on a good pay-per-view. That was so fucking good, man. AEW delivered on that.
Dr. Brian,
Yes.
you should pull that up right now and what? Because he sung over to 80,000 people. He did the whole Queen thing. That what's the name used to do? Oh little. He used to, you know what?
Freddie Mercury used to, hey, and the whole audience would sing along with him. We know that.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, let me look it up there. I'm going to keep about a couple of seconds there because last time we played that Basketball Jones track, it got blocked. The whole show did.
Dr. Brian, you could bend during the storm. You can bend down and touch your toes during the storm.
Oh gosh, I'm going to be busy. Well, if it all comes down to it, I'm going to be just. I know one thing. Hold on, you got me off track. I'm looking for that Chris Jericho thing, but I do know fans often sing along to his theme music when he comes in to the wrestle.
Wait! You didn't answer. You didn't answer YR's question. He asked you, "Are you going to bend down and touch your toes during the hurricane coming through? Are you going to do it?
Why? Why do I need to?
Why not? No, dude. Answer his question. Just answer his question.
I'll tell him right now. If you're trapped in the storm, and the hurricane comes in your direction, if you bend over, touch your toes, bend down and touch your toes, you won't fly away and everything. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard of that one there.
Gotta tie your shoes together though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if the storm's heading your way and you have to go pick something up outside or go outside and it just is coming towards you. You tie your shoes together, bend down and touch your toes, and you won't fly away. You'll stay in place. Basically, it's like it's almost like a human anchoring system. You know, anchor you to the ground.
You basically put your weight down on the ground, basically. All your weight on the ground.
Yes.
All right.
Prince is smart, guys. Prince knows about putting your weight on the ground, and he knows about, obviously losing weight with dieting and proper exercising and having good, proper etiquette on shows, everything. He does not support Joe Biden. I believe he is a Trump guy. I think Prince is a big Trump fan.
I am a Trump fan. I mean, yeah, what he's going through is kind of fucked up. It really is. He wants one more. What I'm just gonna say is, if he wants one more shot in the White House, let him have it, man. He's old. He's got.
Yeah, but then again, there are people out here who do not want it. Basically, what it is that most of the people like Kamala Harris, they prefer a president that's going to side with them, and usually
SC Steve did go after Joe Cronin and all that, and SC Steve doesn't need to be on this show right now to explain all that because he.
Well, it says in my chat you have to unblock him in your channels.
He is unblocked. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he needs to
Say,
get
all
on.
right, so let me see if I don't know the name of his current Skype name, so I'll let YR have a go at adding him onto the show.
Earl, I'm gonna say this. I don't really vote. I never voted for Trump. I never voted for Obama. I'm an unregistered voter. I don't care who wins. Life is not forever. So who gives a damn who's president? Who gives a damn? Life's not forever, okay? Let's live life and be happy. Who gives a
Yes.
fuck
You know
about
what? I
elections
agree
and
with that
shit?
subject because when Biden got elected, one of the things I saw on Facebook was like, "Yay, we can love again." I was like, "Really? What prevented you from loving before? If you're going to be that uptight of whoever's in the White House, preventing
What
you from doing your thing, your job, your
All I'm gonna
routine,
say is,
then geez,
who gives a fuck?
geez."
we can't be
Who
pro-Trump.
gives a fuck? 'Cause my life
Need
will
to-
continue to go on with a president or without. I mean, who gives a fuck?
That's what I've been saying for how many years now. It's like, geez, don't let it get to you, man. Do your business. It's like people. I guess people get the idea that if we have a Republican slash conservative administration in the White House, it'll be Order 66 on all the gays, the trans, and everybody else who thinks and
I'm all
feels
about-
differently.
Not to
And
interrupt
it's
you,
not
Earl.
so.
Not to interrupt you. How I live my life is I let love rule. And if you allow, whether it's Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, or whoever comes our way, if you allow yourself to sit there and say, I ain't got a president, then you're allowing yourself to say you're a slave. Because for you to acknowledge that you have a president is you acknowledging that you are a slave, because that means you're allowing the government to have control over you. That means you bow down and you kiss your ass saying, okay, Biden, I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I don't
Yep.
do that. I don't do
Yeah,
that. I
don't
care.
pay. Yeah, don't always pay attention to the government.
That about Prince? Would you say Prince that used to be a slave to
Oh gosh.
a slave to Shanzu?
Oh, dude.
I'm serious. Like when you grew out of that, you obviously, you know what I'm saying.
I don't know about that, but
No, you know about it. Come on.
Right. All right, so
I don't know about that. But I guess you can say that there's some slave mentality going on there.
Dr. Brown, would you want to own Prince as a slave?
no, I don't own people. I don't believe in ownership of people. I own property. But you know what? I would
As a dominant?
unless I'm a or one of them what do you call it? Dominant kind of guys with the writers crop and whips and stuff there.
Whoa, Prince looks like Kofi Kingston. Look at this.
Let me see this.
Brown, I wanted to show you this.
Oh
I've
yeah,
been-
nice
get
guitar.
down.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice guitar,
right
yeah. Wait, but go back up to the head. What kind of a brand of guitar that is?
It's
Lux. It's Lynx. Lyx.
Licks, bro, licks.
That's a brand of guitar I got.
No, bullshit.
No, seriously, for shizzle.
Same headstock,
Yes.
but yours.
got a Licks?
Yeah,
Brown,
a
yours-
Lynx guitar. Exactly. Same headstock and everything. Just different look on the body there, because yours is all black. Mine's kind of sunburst.
Oh, nice.
Dr. Brown,
Nice. Sweet,
Have
sweet.
Dr. Brown, does your have a whammy bar or no?
Yes, it does.
Prince, can
I
you?
am looking like Kobe Kingston these days now.
Prince, would you be Dr. Brown's slave?
Dr. Brown doesn't have any slaves. He doesn't go down that road. He doesn't do that type
I
of stuff.
said you're dominant. If you are dominant, you have the leather coats, you have the whips, you do. I mean, I don't know if you have the whip, but you
Brown,
have,
No, I
explain to
don't.
him you don't do that. Tell him you don't do that type of stuff.
I
Brown.
don't know. Okay, except for one person. I'm not going to bring his name up because every time I hear it, I just want to spit.
Minnesota Vikings fan
Or better yet, Minnesota strap-on.
is in the group
Oh,
here. Needs to be added. He's
No,
in the
I don't.
group.
I don't want him at it because he's a queef.
Has he been saying stuff?
No, the thing is, the last conversation we had, it was about, he's saying a lot of bullshit. I think it may have been, it was on that Thursday show that we did. He was saying shit like, I could have made money with him, but you chose not to. You made your choice. And he ended the show by saying, have a nice life because I'm going to end it.
Guys, we're not here to monetize anything. We're not here to make money. We're here to chill.
To
and
have fun.
And
That
listen,
dude seriously, before we get back to the music show, that dude seriously needs help. Like
I know, I
he
couldn't
has
agree more.
well, he is mentally disabled there. So
Yeah. So
Okay, you can be mentally disabled, but you're gonna be an asshole to people.
well, that's part of the disability. It's like a autism.
no, it's dementia or something like that. I think those 2 heart
Yeah.
attacks fucked his head up there.
Crux disease.
If he has dementia, I'm sorry to say that if he has dementia, then you can sign me up for being crazy for all the shit I have done in my life. Sign me up for being crazy. If that man has dementia, then you might as well just call me fucking crazy.
He has Bell palsy syndrome. Palsy.
Limp
And he's a
dick,
mental nut job.
limp dick syndrome. Yeah,
Super jealous that I went to Metallica because Dr. Brown, you said he was talking shit.
yeah. He said it was. He said he was calling you a leech because you videotaped the Metallica show.
The leech, everyone fucking videotaped it.
Exactly, they videotaped. There's no need for bootleg albums or CDs no more. They recorded all on the video on YouTube.
Everyone at least videoed a couple songs for sure, but like everyone videotaped their guys. Come on,
Yeah, exactly.
any one of you would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
and he's so jealous, he'll never get to go because he's broke and poor, can't afford a light bulb. He's a fat piece of shit. And listen, Dr. Brown, in this short amount of time, in the past year, you think in all the concerts that I did videotape, that is a
Yep.
pretty good collection so far. Would
Oh
you agree?
yeah, fuck yeah, exactly.
You're lucky guys go to them.
Three different
You're lucky guy goes.
and Sammy Hagar at the Dawkins thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that was huge. The Ace Frehley was huge, I think.
Yep.
In my opinion, like that was big. And obviously the Pantera thing was pretty damn.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely there.
I mean, and I topped it off with going to the grave sites there.
Yes, definitely.
You know, I mean, like I did a lot for this. It was kind of for the community, but it was for me too. So people can't really feel that special. But look, and it's not to show off or anything. I like to go back and watch. You know how many times I've watched that Judas Priest, all those Judas Priest videos, millions of times, guys.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. That was a badass time.
I'm still uploading. And look, the problem is with this Metallica thing is they were they were showing it live at select theaters, the concert.
Yeah.
So anything on the screen on the concert is copyrighted.
Yep.
So it's not only me, but a lot of other people I'm talking to is getting their shit struck. So we have to be very careful, guys, what you upload these days. I mean, it's getting pretty gay.
I know, exactly.
But listen, no hard feelings onto Minnesota. I wish he was there with me, to be honest, sitting right next to me. I know we would have jammed out. You know,
but I don't like that guy. Enough talking about him. Let's get back to the music show. Fuck him. Let's get back to the show.
Okay, so Prince, so we're just So Prince, since we're also on the subject of industrial music, industrial metal, what industrial groups do you listen to? If you listen to any.
9 Inch Nails, guys.
I like. Well, when it comes to industrial, I try to listen to a little bit. I try, but I'm more stuck in still into like British punk rock. I'm like that's where I'm at. I'm still stuck in that genre of music.
Well, basically, every Saturday, actually every weekend at the castle, they have a couple floors. Actually, it's 3 floors open, 3 rooms that are open that play music. One of the rooms, however, plays groups like Florence and the Machine, the Killers. That's considered the dungeon of the venue. But my preference is the upstairs and the outside area with DJ Sean, where they play groups like a VV Nation.
Wow.
Yeah.
The dungeon is industrial music based, correct?
Well, the dungeon, you mean the castle?
The Meat Castle, it's...
The Meat Castle?
Is that what you just said?
Yeah, no, that's what you just said.
No, hold on. Can you rewind the stream real quick?
Hold on a second. You said the Meat Castle, and I think Meat
said it
Castle?
too.
You said I always said it because you said it first.
Go back to it. I swear, go back. Can you please rewind it, please?
Okay, hold on a second. Give me a couple minutes. Blah blah blah. It's going to take a long while there.
I really want to do, man, before I die. It's one thing I just must do before I die.
You just said.
That's
Can you
those.
rewind the stream real quick?
What?
Hold on. But a lot of other
Brown,
people
can you rewind it?
I'm doing it, but I'm playing it back.
Sure. So be very careful, guys, what you upload these days. I mean, it's getting pretty gay. I know, exactly. But listen, no hard feelings on to Minnesota. I wish he was there with me, to be honest, sitting right next to me.
Brown, pause real quick.
I know we would have jammed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brown, that storm's gonna go straight to you tonight at 8 p.m. It's saying at 8 p.m. So we got to stay on with you through the whole.
It's 8 p.m. right now. And let me check outside of a little bit there. Okay, and so far everything is calm and cool outside.
Brown, are you sure?
I'm sure, yes, exactly. There's no harsh winds, no rain, and not much around there, nothing.
All right, I'm monitoring the radar as we speak, so I'm going to keep you posted, but keep going on the clip.
Okay, I'm playing it right now.
I don't like that guy.
I don't like him either. Used to like him, but he turned out to be a queef.
Okay, so Prince, so Prince, since we're also on the subject of industrial music, industrial metal, what industrial groups do you listen to? If you listen to any.
9 Inch Nails, guys.
I like. Well, when it comes to industrial, I try to listen to a little bit. I try, but I'm more stuck in still into British punk rock. I'm like that's where I'm at. I'm still stuck in that genre.
What up?
Well,
Go ahead.
Basically, every Saturday,
Anyway.
actually every weekend at the castle, they have a couple floors,
There we go.
Actually,
I wanna go-
three
I wanna go to
floors
California.
open, 3 rooms that are open that play music. One of the rooms, however, plays groups like Florence and the Machine, the Killers. That's considered the dungeon of the venue. But my preference is the upstairs and the outside area with DJ Sean, where they play groups like a VV Nation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
The dungeon is industrial music based, correct?
Well, the dungeon, you mean the castle?
The Meat Castle is
The Meat Castle?
Here you go.
No, that's what you just said.
now you.
Wow, come on, it sounded like that, right?
It did sound like that. Yes, indeed.
This guy goes to me. No, but the castle is industrial based.
Yeah, pretty much correct. That is.
Yo, so like, do they like Ministry? Has they ever been there? Or
No, I don't know if they ever. I don't think they have concerts there, but.
But that is a huge like. Have you ever seen people wearing the Ministry T-shirts?
Oh, I used to see it a lot of times. In fact, when I used still going to the Ritz and Roseville, I was wearing me a Ministry T-shirt plenty of times there.
What would you say Ministry and whether it's the early years or any time in the Ministry catalog? What would their most popular or number one song be if they have one?
Oh, right now the number one. They had so many good ones out there around the early 90s.
Any popular, anything big? Like, obviously,
obviously, one of the biggest one was the one you were asking me about, Stigmata. That was one of the big...
really?
Yes, exactly. That remains an all-time favorite next to Burning Inside, Thieves, the one with the drill, and the samples from Full Metal Jacket.
If we would, because I know Joe Cronin, and I'm not bringing up Joe Cronin because we love Joe Cronin and everything. I know he knows the industrial stuff that I know.
Yeah, Joe, if you're listening, get on the call. I tried to add you a couple times, man.
You would think, Brown, you would think Joe Cronin heard of Ministry, you think?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, because I remember, I think he was mentioning it on one of the episodes of Monetize This with a couple of yards. I think with Jesse J, I think it was.
It's crazy because like it's a sub genre of, I mean, people know, but people don't. Like, I never heard, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm sure a lot of people know, and too, or heard of, or whatever. But then I still think your general public, which a lot of people do fall in, and I wouldn't consider myself to fall in that, but I know a lot of the deeper tracks and songs of various groups. But like this ministry group, it sounded like, it wouldn't sound like what it is, but how it turned out to be, and what they are, and what they became, and what they started as, and what they created is so big, guys.
Yeah.
And Brown needs to go to this Pine Knob show.
And by the way, it's also fits to say that almost years on down the line after the Land of Rape and Honey came out, a lot of metal bands started adding some industrial elements to their music. In fact, or industrial remixes. Fear Factory, for example. Members of Frontline Assembly did some remixing from a couple of their songs for an EP called Fear is the Mind Killer. Definitely look that up for sure. And also there's a remix album called Remanufacture, which is kind of like the companion album to one of their albums, Demanufacture. I have that album downloaded on my MP3. And let's not forget some industrial remix. What?
You have an iPod Shuffle?
No, I don't. And also, let's think about this. Remember Rob Halford's Fight project that he had in around 93, 95? The album War Worlds and the Small Deadly Space.
What about the Riggs guy, Dr. Brown?
Riggs?
He's a guitar player on the
Zombie.
The Zombie. What is his deal? When did he play? He played with him before John 5?
No, I guess he played with him before John 5 got involved. And also, let's not forget Rob Halford's industrial project, too, with Mr. 5 on the guitar. They'll look for the album Voyeurs from 98.
Dr. Brown, would you do a $12 beer?
No. That's too much.
Too much.
One more thing. I was going back to Rob Halford. There was a bunch of remix tracks from Rob Halford's Fight project. There are songs from War of Words. Look for an EP called Mutations that features 5 industrial remixes from various songs from that album. And believe me, they're awesome.
That'd be like if Al Jourgensen not doing the early stuff or whatever, not doing that whole other genre that the band used to do. That'd be like if Rob Halford didn't do Judas Priest stuff and just did like new weird, not weird, but different stuff, right? Like that's kind of what went down there and there?
Well, that's a question it's hard to answer.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that Al Jourgensen, he did not go down the road, my friend. He did not want to do the early stuff anymore, and then all of a sudden, 40 years later, he wants to do it.
Well, I guess, times people change their opinions years on down the line on certain things there.
Like, I'm the guy that's on the Joe Cronin show right now. I'm the guy. I'm not one guy that lives in England, and I'm on the Joe Cronin panel for the wrestling shows with Luke Rojas there. And I fucking despise Vince McMahon. I fucking hate what he's doing with the WWE. Vince McMahon is a piece of shit. And what he did on Monday Night Raw, what Vince McMahon and Triple H are doing with Cody Rhodes is disgusting. Joe Blonin cannot take this anymore.
Yeah, I know. I think it should have stayed with the AEW, to be honest with you there.
AEW is full of shit.
Well,
Tony Khan is a mark. Tony Khan is a mark, and he's not belong in the business. Vince McMahon is the creator of it all, and everyone's copying off of him. And Vince McMahon is not getting the respect that he's getting. But that's okay, because no one really watches wrestling, because it's all a bubble, bro. Just like this Ministry band, it's a bubble, a small but hardcore, alive, active bubble, because I've never had so many comments in my comment section in my life, guys. And YouTube's cool for having the platform for people to see other things and videos, Dr. Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, this I'm surprised it didn't get picked. Maybe have gotten picked up on one of the sites online because it's getting closer. It's getting like 2,000 views a day. It's getting closer to 20,000.
It is, yes. So yeah, props to you, man.
I sent you a screenshot a couple days ago. It was like 12,000 views, but now it's like at 18K, 19K. It'll be 20,000 views. It'll probably peak there because more videos are coming out on it. But it was technically the first video. It was a lot of firsts. It was the first time that song's been played live. It was the first night of the first tour of the tour. The first night of the tour, that song was played live in over 40 years. And it was the first video online of that song ever, technically, because it wasn't a YouTube 40 years ago. So technically, I mean, it was a lot, and that's in it might just be the algorithm deal, but someone would have had to known, Brown. Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Someone would have had to known that they were going to play that song because I'm trying to think. Algorithm is in, like the Ace Frehley stuff went crazy, but like no one thinks about Ace Frehley or talks about him really. Like he's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone talks about like the newer stuff and you know what I'm saying? Like not really people, it's not a thing every day. Ace Frehley's not on the news and stuff like. So like you got to think, how do all these people find this? And it would have had to been put on one of these sites, music sites, my video, I'm thinking. I don't know how the algorithm works because that was the first of the first of the first of the first of the first, bro. It was the first time there was video of that live in over 40 years and put it in other words. Like, think about that. It was the first time someone has seen that or heard that in over 40 years. And my video was that video. Now, there was others of that same show put out, but not first before me because I checked and because they all pop up. There's a lot of other videos that pop up. And, I'm not making any money. I don't care about all that. I'm just saying it is pretty cool to think. The first of the first, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's huge.
Very huge.
The video wasn't bad itself, right? Like it
wasn't. Sounded pretty good.
The video sounded great. Like that, the audio there was phenomenal. Like you could hear. And look, people are just not familiar with this, and I get it and all that. But like when you look more into it, it's like, holy shit! Like I did this little gold mine right there. Like that was a gem. That was pretty cool. Like I would have never thought.
I mean, when you sent the video to me, I said, thanks to YR for sending me this gem here, and it is a gem. Everyone is going to agree that this is probably the first time we have heard that song performed live in God knows how long. I'm going to play a little snippet of something that featured Stephen Piercy of Rat. Check this out here. Come in here. Wait for the vocals. That's a project called Vertex that came out in 1986 and it featured Stephen Piercy of Rat.
And Bill Goldberg.
Anyways, a lot of rock metal bands, started adding industrial elements into their music. Look up the album KFD by Wasp. It has an industrial feel throughout that whole album, especially the title cut and Killer Head. Two badass songs from that record. And plus, let's not the Rob Halford EP that I mentioned.
It was loud, the audio as well.
Yeah. And by the way,
Brown.
yeah.
Oh my God, Brown.
What?
Oh my God.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God. I'm
That's
living
my
the time
child.
of my life, Brown.
What?
I'm living the time of my life. I'm doing you a tribute by hooking up with a beautiful blonde shell girl with big tits and big ass and blue eyes. I love it. I'm doing it for you, in honor for you.
Well, where she live?
Rock and roll. I'm doing it for rock and roll, and I'm doing it for Earl Brown. That's what I'm doing it for.
Yeah, but where she? But so you could hook me up with this chick.
No. I said I'm hooking up with this chick in honor of you.
Oh, okay, that's good to hear. All right, now Prince. Now other than Nine Inch Nails, Stabbing Westward, the stuff that Joe Cronin always talks about. Have you ever heard of the following industrial legends like Throbbing Gristle? It's just Sign of Nightbottom. Or have you heard of Frontline Assembly? Have you heard of Skinny Puppy? Or the
yes, I actually heard of Skinny Puppy.
Oh yeah,
because you told me.
Absolutely.
You told me about Skinny Puppy.
Absolutely, there. In fact, I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to check him out. And when he played Dallas this coming November, me and my sister meeting up with YR and all us hanging out there at that show. I want to introduce.
YR, you need to listen to Skinny Puppy. They're pretty good.
Very good there, and it's on their final tour right now. But also, let's not forget V&V Nation, who bring a lot of Christian values and philosophies into their music.
We gotta have a Prince on that. If Brown does come to that, we gotta have Prince on that.
Yes, and also we cannot forget the Argo tech scene, like part of industrial, like Suicide Commando or let's say Gretel, other acts, underground industrial acts I've heard. Oh, and one, 2 words and the word one from Germany. We cannot forget the Fair Sex, also from Germany. The band Rotasan.
Now we need to can we give a couple shout outs to Keith out there? I don't know how Hurricanes.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Well, Keith is in Fort Lauderdale, so most likely he may or may not be affected.
What is he? Do you know what area he's in, Dr. Asshole?
I only know Fort Lauderdale. That's about it. Because remember, he told us a few times before.
Keith is living his best life. He has a girlfriend now. He's happy. He's sucking her titties. He's fucking her. He's happy.
Keith got her pregnant. He's gonna fuck the kid. Fucked up.
Probably did.
How's he going to pay child support?
Mm.
Will we see him on Maury in the? Oh, I can't. Maury retired.
You know what I mean?
All right, so
the SC here, he's fine. Can he?
What? Add SC to the call? What's going on?
I think Joe Cronin wants
Like
to
the
be.
jam session with Earl Brown and YR with our guitars, and we just jam out. I would love that.
All right, there. All right, so what about Joe Cronin?
Can you hit Ark up? Can you email him, Dr. Brown? Tell him we're live.
All right, let's see if I can add him. See if I find a guy there, if he's available. Because usually around this time is when he retires for the night. Because right now it's about 8:49 p.m. Eastern. I'm still trying to add Joe Cronin to the mix here, but he's keeps saying he's on. What about?
We gotta be live all night. The storm is coming in Wednesday night tonight.
Right,
So
all right, there. Let's see if I can add Ark to the call. Let's see how he's doing.
Jacksonville, Florida to Wilmington, North Carolina will be impacted, Dr. Brown. We have the tropical storm winds.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna knock out power, so you're gonna be probably loss of power. Do you have like Ziploc bags full of water for ice? Frozen ice.
We have lots of ice. Believe it or not, we got ice. Is one of the big sellers yesterday at the grocery chain, at all the gas stations, as well as the 7-Elevens.
If you wanted to go ahead and add Nicky J, I'm gonna add him.
Nicky J. All right, go ahead and add him to the mix while I'm waiting for Ark to take the call if he's available. Like I said, around this time, he retires for the night, if I'm correct.
How about Silver Roll Hunter? He's a great man.
Yes, let's he tried he DM'd me a couple times so I'm at work, we should probably get him on the call, see how he's coming along. I'd like to do a show with Silver Roll Hunter sometime, him and I, or better yet, him and I and Redneck, and if he's available, Big D just as well.
Danny MT passed away, ladies and gentlemen. We had to give an RIP.
Oh no, he's still alive, folks.
The
Okay.
human mouth, Danny MT.
Yeah, what's going on with the MT there? Because he DM'd me, and he said he didn't want any of his drama.
Well, there is no drama, so.
Okay, there. Let's add him into the mix. Right there. We're waiting for Ark, and we're waiting for Silver Hunter. Now, let's see here. Blah blah blah. Okay. Now, as you know, all the industrial music is played at the castle at both levels there. One of the cool guys at the castle, his name is DJ Sean. Usually DJs outside in the patio. He plays some good music there. Plays a lot of stuff that I usually hear at the City Club. Stuff that I don't even know the words, let alone the title or the artist of. But I recognize by the hooks and the beats and everything else. Oh, Icon of Coils, Dead Enough for Life was old City Club classic. Yeah?
Can we switch the show to like a weather show or like a news? Because listen, this guy on... We've spoken a lot about industrial.
Yes.
This weather coming on right now, Dr. Brown, do you have plenty of tissue paper, toilet paper?
We do, yes. Yes. We do have.
Dr. Brown, we need to get serious here. And
Wire is very worried about this hurricane coming around your area.
Than you are, you think?
Well, I'm trying to keep I'm a little bit on the worried side, but I'm not going to let it get to my head. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I'm not trying to do that because I would get...
I'm not trying to do that, but I am keeping, obviously, we have 24-hour coverage. I'm viewing the radar right now, guys. Like, Dr. Brown, you're fine, but, like, it's just, you gotta, keep eyes behind the back of your everything right now because this is not like being at the Harvey thing. Look, so I'm looking right now. It's really gonna go really north of you, Brown. But that's like the eye. Okay? Really the big concern would be the outer winds or the storms on that east wing, Dr. Brown, cutting electricity and all that. Like the electricity is gonna, like, that's really, I'm not really saying that I'm not saying that you have to worry about your house flying away. I'm saying that the electricity being knocked out and the flooding is going to be the concerns, the main, if you get what I'm saying, right? Like, the storm's still there, Dr. Brown. Like, it's going to rain. It's going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But reading everything, looking at all this, reading the charts, looking at the charts, and this is the Weather Channel. This isn't no CNN. The Weather Channel's good. It's really going way west of where you're at. But north. It's really headed north of where so at the end of the day, it's not going straight towards you is what I'm getting here, which is good and positive. But the outer rims of the actual hurricane, which is wind, rain, storms, flooding, flooding and basically electricity is going to be the issue for how long? Because they're saying if you don't leave and you get trapped, you're not going to get help because they can't come in to give you help. Like, they're saying it's that bad, but the whole state is emergency. They're saying, but seeing all this, the concern is not your house blown away. None of that, right? But I wouldn't be out in it. Don't go driving in it. Number one, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely don't go.
How did I do, Brown? How did I do?
Stay
Sorry,
at home. Stay,
Oh,
a lot of
did that girl? I see her. Yes, I see her. Yeah, she looks
about
nice. Yeah.
myself.
What?
I did hear myself people saying that they're going to stay there. So,
Yep.
People that own boats, people that, this guy said, I own my boat, I own everything here, I'm going to stay here. So it's not like hobos or bums are going to stay. Like, normal people are actually making the decision to stay. So it depends, it's really like the northern, that panhandle of Florida really is going to get hit hard, that panhandle, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Georgia, the state of Georgia, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot. But it's not going to, it's, out of a 10 out of 10, it's probably going to be like a 6 or 7 at the worst. So we're being positive. I'm watching this live time, Dr. Brown, industrial music.
Yep.
We're celebrating it tonight. Industrial music.
That's right.
Yeah, does Ark know who Ministry is, you think?
I know. I was going to educate him on since we were supposed to do the show tomorrow night, but probably if everything still works out well, we could possibly do continue our look at the record labels out there, past, present, because we never finished that discussion like we did last Wednesday.
Where are we? Is Bird?
Where's Bird?
Bird the turd.
I don't know. Where has he been? I don't know. Let's see if we can add him to the call.
Bird, the Birdman, the Turd Man.
Haven't heard him in a while now. I think he's probably doing good. Well, he's got a member. He's got a kid there.
So Braun, what are you eating for dinner? Are you eating good?
Oh, I had some chicken nuggets before I went live here.
Oh, that's good. You had chicken nuggets from McDonald's?
No, at home from the workplace I work at. I work at a grocery chain.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I saw you mention it with your hair slicked back and you sold all the meat off the shelf.
Yeah, the video where the shelves are just about bare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. This guy's really selling.
Yeah, but people, the place, the joints, I guess all the grocery chains at where we live at was stocking up like crazy. That's tell YR. The lineups were long at the cash registers. We were running out of the meat. We were running out of the bread. Dairy. What?
Like, is it raining over there in your area, or?
I don't hear any rain right now. Let me check there. Nothing yet.
I mean, the South Carolina area.
You be safe, Brown. Most importantly,
we will. I'm telling everybody to be safe. Everyone who's listening in the Riverview area, Valrico, Brandon area, stay safe and stay strong. Take God will live with you.
How do I breathe? All right, so
yes.
Meanwhile, me and YR are out here in Texas, so we're not going to be affected by it. I hope not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be heading towards Texas anytime soon. But you know what?
Tornadoes. There's more tornado warnings than hurricanes. But we do need to keep. I'm checking with me and Brown. Did you check outside right now and see whether is it cloudy at all?
I checked. Well, it's nighttime, so it's hard to tell if it's cloudy or not. But I don't hear no rain, no windstorms, any of that there. So everything is on the good so far. So good. You know,
It's probably.
damn it, where's Joe Crone? I've invited him to be a part of this discussion, and he won't be able. I guess he's supposed to be. I don't know if he's supposed to be live tonight or whichever. There.
It's 150 miles from Tampa, Florida, right now. The hurricane itself.
Like I said, Tampa is about 20 minutes from where we live there. So, who knows? Everything is up in the air, as I stated a few times.
Dr. Brown, don't be nervous. It's going to be fine.
I'm not nervous at all. I'm not.
Everything is northwest.
Yes.
The main impacts, Dr. Brown.
Yes. You know, everything is okay.
Looking at the storm surge potential, and in your area, it's going to be. I'm confirming the storm surge potential, which is the amount of water in feet over the area, basically. You know, it'll be under. Let me see here. We're getting it's not that bad, Dr. Brown.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The big main areas, more towards the Panhandle, you might not even have any storm surge because they didn't even show that for your area. But more north towards the Panhandle, more the curve of the state there, it's like 15 feet storm surge, in some areas or 7 more south. You know, getting more towards your area, it's less storm surge. So it didn't even show your area because the 5 feet of storm surge, which is a lot, but not as much as 15 feet, which is tremendous. You know what I'm saying? So I think overall, Brown,
yeah,
I think you're just going to have some pretty heavy thunderstorms, but a lot of rain, but it's not showing any storm surge potential towards your area right now.
Yeah.
And that's 5 times, so that's good. So you won't necessarily be flooded or underwater. Yeah, I mean, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. That's what I was going to say. I'm not one of those guys that get all huffy buffy over something that doesn't exactly happen. You know, like too many people just start to worry, start to panic. I remember, and the reason I'm not like that now is because years back in the mid '80s, we were during the winter time back in Michigan. People were predicting we were going to have this massive blizzard that was going to snow us all in left and right, and it never happened. Oh, man. All the people that was getting themselves prepared for this blizzard to come about.
That will, especially Texas, they do, I mean, for the most part, like temperature-wise and stuff, like they get it, you know, the weather people, they get it pretty spot on, but sometimes on certain storms and rain, like it's not always what they say. Like it's happened multiple times over the years, and it's really hot now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These days, right now in the summer, but it's towards the end. But it is the reason for the hurricane season, Dr. Brown, and you're gonna be fine. No storm surge, and that was what they're really freaking out about. Is a storm surge, They keep saying the storm surge. Oh my God, guys, the storm. But in your area, it's going to be fine. Like everything, you know, in Washington, this is very good. It's going to be. And look, everything's sold out in your area. All the shelves are not in existence, and people.
Yes, so which means we're going to we're going to get lots of money for shizzle.
People might be overreacting, Dr. Asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna make lots of money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Anyways, and everybody knows making money is a damn good thing, people.
Dr. Brown, how was the castle? Like, what are they?
Castle's always good.
Do they serve food? Can you get food there?
No, it's just a regular nightclub. I wish it would have things like candy bars like Milky Way, Three Musketeers, for in case you need it, all that stuff. Because
Just bring it in yourself. Buy it and bring it in your pocket.
Yeah, I might what. Yeah, but I should probably do that. But then again, there's also I also like to hang out around the that other area which I did those part 1 and part 2 vlogs at. Where the lady was asking me how come I'm sweaty. Well, I just came out of the club. And I just went right over to the 7-Eleven, which, by the way, was what they're doing it right now for the past couple of weeks is that they have to let a certain amount of people in at a time, because there were a couple times in the past where the 7-Eleven and other convenience stores would be just jam-packed to the gills of people, because we have all these nightclubs and bars and grills, blasted out music here, there, here, there. In fact,
What?
exactly. You got seriously.
Hold on a minute. So, Georgia's getting. Was that zombie show going to Georgia tonight?
I do not know. I don't know. I think it may or may not been.
Listen, you have to go to this, bro.
I would love to. I really do.
Could you drive to Michigan from where you're at, or?
It would take about how many? God knows, I don't know, because it would take a whole lot of days. That's for sure. Probably a whole week, maybe, or less than a week.
Is it farther from Michigan to Texas, or?
Yes.
Florida?
Well, for the road trip from Texas to Florida, it was about Saturday and Sunday. For Michigan, it'll probably take about 5 days.
Well, it is worth it, but that is a lot of time to drive. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to fucking get a plane at that case.
Exactly. That's what my sister suggested we do, to go to Dallas to see Skinny Puppy.
Well, this ministry thing's bigger than Skinny Puppy, and I think.
Well, tell you what. If it was Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, Skinny Puppy, and Ministry, then all for it. That's for shizzle.
They would never hit that. They would never do that.
Well, Ministry and the Skinny Puppy worked together before in the past on the album Rabies. Look that album up by Skinny Puppy. In fact, the Ogre, Puppy's frontman, Nivek Ogre, toured with Ministry a couple of times in '88 and 1990. That was my first time in meeting Ogre and seeing Ministry live.
But I mean, to be honest, like if I had to put an amount of people there at the concert, I would say like at least, and this is being very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot of people.
Yep.
At least 7,000, but it could be an easy 10,000. Because the lawn was packed, Brown. The lawn was... And look, it's different when it's daytime. When it's the nighttime and when it gets closer to, like, the bigger acts, it gets packed, bro. Like, when you get there early and when there's openers playing, like, there might be a lot of different spots and shit open, but, like, when it gets closer and when it gets time for the main act, it gets packed in these venues. And
I know
that lawn alone was probably at least a couple thousand, maybe 3,000-4,000. Like, how many people were at the Iron Maiden show when you went?
I do not know. I was you had to count one by one, and that would be way impossible. But it was packed, that's for sure.
It was packed, right? Like, the
absolutely.
I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. These shows get packed towards the end, you know. But it would probably be an easy 8,000, but I'm still sticking to like a 10,000. I mean, maybe like an 8. I mean, because, you know, there was a lot of seats still open because I was sitting in them. You know what I'm saying? So, but that lawn was still packed too. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the lawn, they don't put a limit to. Obviously, when a seat is bought and paid for, that spot is accounted for, but they can. There's no limit to how many people go in the lawn. It could be packed. It could be super packed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no telling. It could be more people that bought lawn seats than bought actual seats, and they all moved towards the open seats, which were probably 300, 400 open seats, roughly 200 open seats. I mean, probably 3, 4, 500 open seats. To be honest, Dr. Brown, maybe 5 stretching it, but like a good amount, a good chunk of open seats still that were still open, and I moved there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the lawn is just hot and not a really good view on the video per se. I mean, you can get something going, but you know, you get the closer view of the stage obviously when you have the seats there underneath the pavilion. But I mean, that's a lot of people. 8,000, I would say, 8,500, like 10 stretching it, but because I'm just thinking of the open seats that were there. But you know,
Yes.
because I think it's a 12,000 seat venue or something, 12,000 capacity. So like 8,000, 9,000, like that's a lot. You know, when we saw Judas Priest, I would say a couple thousand on that, to be honest. You know, 3,000 at the most, I think, on that Priest thing.
Yes.
'Cause that place was small. It was packed, but it was small. There's no 10,000 people in there. Like 10,000 is a lot. Like you have to have some room to have 10,000. Like, you know, I would say a couple thousand for that Priest thing. You know, for the Bush and for the Sublime, it was a different venue, but still a pavilion. I would say, to be honest, on that, guys, probably a couple thousand on those. Bush is getting a couple thousand people, 2,000-3,000. But the Pumpkins, I would say like a good 8 to 10,000 on that one came to that round, a good amount. Everything filled,
Yeah.
everything packed. Parking lots packed and everything. Obviously, the Metallica was packed and everything on that. But there's plenty of shows to go. I mean, I'm so mad that you missed that, but we didn't know that you missed that shows when you
Yeah,
were
I
there.
know. Like I said,
It
I
was that
was.
thing, Dr. Biden, you would have bought the T-shirt. It was that good. I guarantee you would have bought the T. It was amazing, Dr. B.
Ah, nice. Yeah. I would love to check out Ministry once again. It's kind of. And speaking of, I think it's. I don't know what is Prince. Prince still there, dude?
He's making some Kool-Aid and chopping up some watermelon right now. Prince.
I'm here.
All right. All right. So Prince, have you
How
ever?
did YR know what I was doing? I don't like that. How did he know?
He has his ways.
YR, stop stalking me. Stop. Just stop, okay, man? Get your eyes out my house, okay? Don't do that no more. You're scaring me. If you want to stalk somebody, go in Mr. Earl Brown's house. Find out what Earl's doing.
Guys mixing damn sugar with some damn grape flavored Kool-Aid, chopping up a damn watermelon with the other hand. Come on.
It's weird that he knows that, bro. It's weird. It's really weird.
Tupac. I was listening to Tupac and chopping up a damn watermelon.
He listens.
What do y'all
closely,
think
bro.
honestly about?
Stop.
Listen, what do y'all think honestly? Do you think the Bray Wyatt death is bigger than the Eddie Guerrero?
Well, I know there was not much internet around when Eddie Guerrero died because that was back in 2005. But right now, the Bray Wyatt death is bigger what happened with Terry Funk.
It is, Dr. Brown, it is definitely, in my opinion, it's really in the same pond as Eddie Guerrero, I think. Like, it's in that, like, Eddie Guerrero, yeah, he was a legend before he went to WWE. He had his career before in WCW, like, paving the way with the Cruiserweight. But he still did he did more, his career in WWE, obviously, there. But like Bray was a whole nother, but I think it's definitely like they're in the same pond, bro. Like the deaths are definitely
it definitely, like, Terry Funk's up there too, guys, but
Yeah.
the Bray one, it just feels different. It hits different.
Because nobody expected that to happen.
Mm.
We knew Terry Funk was not in good health before his passing there. Rumor had said that he was suffering from some dementia.
So
Right.
so did everyone
But
with
Bray, he was just injured. He was injured. He was supposed to come back.
he had COVID too and shit. So people already were saying he had health shit. So, Dr. Brown, you want to fucking get punched in the face? You want to play some fucking games online? Like, what do you want to do here?
Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm just, Eddie, I'm just saying what I
Come
feel
on.
about the whole thing. But I know people is going to say, well, actually, people are really shocked over Bray Wyatt's death because, as I stated, no one expected that to happen. We know he was out for a while. He was expected to return at some point.
Dr. Brown, you know how, let me think, like, he was in a subgenre, like, he appealed to, because going to the Smashing Pumpkins concert, going to these Rob Zombie concerts, precisely those two, the crowds, I mean, they obviously have the 40 to 50-year-olds, like the older crowd.
Yes.
But they have, like, this crowd of, like, these goths and stuff, Dr. Brown. Like,
yeah.
you know, people wearing black and people were, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And, which is cool and fine and stuff, but they definitely stand out. And this whole, the Bray Wyatt guy, I feel like, because of spooky character and everything, and people definitely heard of him. Like, everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I think, you know, like a lot of the people in that gothic genre, in that hot topic genre, in that that spooky type genre, people that like horror films,
dark underground
people
scene,
that go
yes.
to the horror cons and people that like, you know,
Comic Cons
stuff, they know who Bray Wyatt is. I feel like, and
yeah,
in that
because
genre,
because
hello, and in that genre of spookiness, it's a whole different deal here, guys. Like this, Dr. Brown, this. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm hearing what you're saying right now there. Bray Wyatt had that appeal. He had that persona to definitely appeal to that spooky crowd. With from the Fiend to that that Southern cult leader gimmick that they had going on. He basically had those two down pat with his words, his delivery. Especially when he first introduced the Fiend. He came across as this Mr. Rogers type of guy, and all of a sudden, boom, here comes this monster. I guess that kind of represents the monster deep down inside of the nice guy. We've seen that happen many times before with the people we didn't expect them to do this, to do that there. He's always been a good natured, always kept himself, always a calm, cool, collected guy. And all of a sudden, the guy flips out and becomes this monster, just going off on everybody. Everybody has had that inside of them for ages. It's been talked about in movies. It's been talked about in magazines, music, stories.
Dr. Brown, he was so just in the wrestling, and I just explained in the outer genres and other genres. Just in the wrestling genre, this is so huge. This is just like this is like if John Cena, if Undertaker, this is just like if Randy Orton or just a super huge, well-known, huge name, Bray Wyatt. This is
like Shawn Michaels almost.
Huge, yeah, it's there. Bray Wyatt is the point I'm trying to make is Bray Wyatt is in the same pond as all of those guys. Is the all-time greats. Is the huge names of now. I mean, I would even throw. People give him a hard time, but Ryback. People forget Ryback was in so big shit, in so big matches with John Cena, and like, oh my god, like bro, like all these people are great, like they're huge names, but
you just got to look into, like, this is, people give Ryback a hard time. People gave Bray Wyatt a hard time calling him. All these people in the dirt sheets were saying that he was given issues in the back, hard to work with. When they say that shit, guys, it's not true.
Well, let me say something about that, because I guess one of the problems that he was having with the WWE, that I guess the WWE had other ideas for one of his gimmicks. I guess it was the Fiend one, but Bray was very protective about his gimmicks.
Where'd you hear that from?
I remember hearing that on some of the web pages after he was let go from the WWE.
See, that's all bullcrap. Like, everyone's saying now, since he's dead, and now that you hear a lot of people, everyone's just saying, like, he was great. He was not hard to work with, bro. Like, all of that.
I know, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't believe in all that shit.
I
bro.
didn't
Like,
really say it. I'm not talking about the wrestlers saying that he was difficult, but I'm talking about the WWE.
like, Dr. Brown, you're being one of... Are you chewing bubblegum right now, Dr. Brown?
No. Nope.
Well, blow your fucking brains out, because you're acting like a real asshole right now. Can you fucking please? You're not understanding. Please, Brown.
Go
What
ahead.
YR is trying to say, Brown, is Bray was the most lovable, nicest person anyone can be around.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins
Yes, I
even
know.
said
I
himself. He loved being around him. He was fun to be around.
Yes, I understand.
But the
That he
dumb
was a
fuck
great
wanted to
guy.
sit there and tell lies on him.
I sit in
Yes.
the back.
That's not true.
I do
He was
this.
a kind
Okay.
human being.
Rain. They
Okay.
let him have free reign. You see what he was having all of the segments. Like, what more could they? Like, nah, he was fine. Everything was fine. He just had health problems.
Mm.
Brown, when you follow this medias with these people that don't, like, bro, Sean's used another story, but it's more shtick, and you kind of, you know, it's more entertainment than, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, how do you, like...
It's more comedy than dirt sheet news. So that's Sean's view. It's more comedy mixed in with dirt sheet news. Like, he'll give you the dirt sheet, and then he'll give you the comedy all at the same time. That's why it's called Sean's View Entertainment.
I mean, Sean's and Cronin, I'm not, you know, saying anything negative, but, like, they're not dirt sheets. I'm not calling, like, these dirt sheet people that have the websites and stuff, like, they report that negative stuff on the wrestlers, Brown, you know what I'm saying? And then it comes out that, look, like, these guys are fucking great to be around.
No. Listen. It's dirt sheet because half the things Sean say is rumors. Anyway, it's not even true. It's a rumor.
Even like CNN?
No, more like TMZ.
Because, like, Brown CNN is basically the dirt sheets. It's like them against Trump and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the fake news stuff. I didn't say you don't believe in that stuff, Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dr. Brown.
What I was trying to say was that, you know, there are times WWE creative tried to mess with one's gimmick a few times. Like, for instance, Nikki Cross. Remember when she first arrived, she was that twisted sister, crazy gal from Scotland. They would later pair her up with Alexa Bliss, and she went all normal and stuff. And then later on, she became Nikki Ash, ASH, almost superhero, with the little thing across her eyes and the little cape, trying to make her look like a superhero. WWE at times tends to try to mess with some people's gimmicks. And they try to change things. Why? I have no clue. Like, when Matt Riddle came in, he was Matt Riddle. Then they decided to change his name to just Riddle. And this has been going on for years before. They took a man named Wild Bill Irwin, who had a gimmick as a southern guy, carried a rope with a cowbell on it, western cowboy type of guy with a tan colored trench coat, cowboy hat, badass to the core. When he signed with the WWF at the time, they turned him into the Goon, a hockey player carrying a hockey stick. They got him to cut his hair, shave, and everything. They were trying to portray him as their version of the late Bob Probert of the Detroit Red Wings, who had a reputation for being a very bad boy off and on the ice. They had Brutus Beefcake become Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And Ed Leslie, the guy who was Brutus during that period of the WWF, he hated that gimmick. They had Cody Rhodes as Stardust, which a gimmick that Cody absolutely couldn't stand. Goldust, Stardust. There you go. There you go. That was the idea.
Had Shawn Michaels, who was the Rocker, turned into the Heartbreak Kid, the Showstopper.
Yeah, but then again, that worked out for Michaels' benefit, because Michaels will later become a big star for sure.
Do I have the inward pass from Prince here, or?
Yeah, you may drop. Go ahead and you have to pass. Go ahead and say how you feel.
Not that I'm going to say.
Say how you feel.
In general, just do I have that card from you?
Yeah, you have the card. You may say how you feel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dr. Bow.
Yeah. I'm just saying that a lot of times, WWE creative often messes when they get something good as of late. They try to mess with it, and Bray didn't want anyone. I don't know if this is true or what it was hearsay. Like, I was trying to say, this was only hearsay that I read a couple years ago after he was fired in 2020. Now, too many times in the past, they got you to be this, they got you to be that. If you liked it or not, you had to do it, otherwise you'd be out of work. Bray was very protective about his ideas, his creativity, from what I read in the on the internet. But, and we cannot blame him, because like I said, the creativity at the WWE at times, messed with some of the ideas, some of the gimmicks. Like, let me give you another example. Mandy Rose, her and her best friend Sonya Deville. We all know.
Where'd you learn that from?
What?
How do you know he was messing with Mandy Rose?
No, he wasn't messing with Mandy Rose. I was talking about, an idea that Mandy Rose pitched to the WWE creative. A couple years back, Mandy Rose had this idea about a possible lesbian love storyline between her and Sonya Deville.
Did you hear what Joe Cronin said about your daughter, Brown, last night?
I don't have a daughter.
Don't call me daughter, I've been young. You're my only. All right, go ahead, Prince.
But, no, I was talking.
Let's talk about how great Bray was, and his gimmick was so good, and he was very revolutionary in his gimmick, and it took a lot for him to get over with the Bray Wyatt character, and then he went from the Fiend character all the way down to the Uncle Howdy character.
Uncle Howdy.
He had many characters that didn't really get the recognition it deserved because WWE, Mr. McMahon wanted to shit on him.
Yep. Yeah, most of that stuff was Vince's fault,
How do y'all know this?
We read it, we hear about it all the time. We look at many sources, many sources.
How do they know it? Are they inside there?
Most likely are. Remember, a lot of times you'll be reporters.
They're not. What? Come on, man.
Vince didn't believe in his character. But Triple H did.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to order this Fiend figurine. It's $16.99 on eBay right now.
Oh, definitely do so there.
You know who was my favorite wrestler back in the day? Vader. Man Vader.
Big Van.
Bigelow and Vader were my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. Vader, for I understand, as he was known, that remember they had to take some of his name off when he signed with the WWF, and he was there briefly, I guess. I don't know what the story was.
He went in there. Hold on, he went in there as Big Bam Vader. Vince changed his name from Big Bam Vader to the Mastodon. What the fuck is the Mastodon for?
I don't know, but like I said, they changed everything. The Road Warriors, for example. The Road Warriors, Hawk Animal, and their manager, Precious Paul Ellering, when they got involved with the WWF, they were turned to the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, that was Mr. McMahon's idea. Turn him to the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, because one reason, the name Road Warriors, they were afraid they were going to get in trouble with one of the picture companies that put out that Mad Max
I have
sequel.
a question. Serious question. I always wanted to know what the fuck they meant by calling that man. What the fuck is a mastodon? What the fuck is a mastodon?
I know. Let's look it up. We could probably look it up on the internet there.
I even remember at one point I called the bullfrog mastodon. Don't ask why. I did call him mastodon for once.
Mastodon. Okay, maybe you look it up there. Okay, mastodon. Animal. It's referred to an animal, big animal. It's like somewhat like an elephant. A mastodon is any I forgot the name. It's spelled PROBOSSCIDEAD. No, AD. I don't know the name of this fucking word, but it's belonging to the extinct genus Madet. I guess a comic. Mastodons inhabited North and Central America from the mid-late Miocene up to their extinction at the end of the I can't even pronounce this damn word, but it's kind of like mammoth. I guess it's another word for mammoth. And according to Bayer, I guess size-wise, Vader was a mammoth in higher terms of size, if I'm correct.
One of the most coolest things I've seen him do is come out with that big helmet with the steam, the Mastodon helmet, looked like a rhino helmet or something.
Yeah.
That was the most coolest entrance I've ever seen Vader do with the whole steam. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool entrance he had at one point in WCW. That shit was fire.
Yeah.
Almost better. Actually, was better than. I don't know. I mean, it was tied up with Goldberg's entrance, but Vader's entrance was pretty cool. So was Goldberg's.
That's true there.
What made Bill Goldberg's entrance cool is just he only had police and security and the whole.
I know, yeah.
Headbutt and everything. That's cool and all. Him breathing in the fire of smoke. I mean, that's cool and all, but it's really not that cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but not really that cool.
Yeah, but then again, that's how they hype him up because he was considered, in the words of Bobby Heenan, the man.
You really want to know what entrance was cool in all of pro wrestling? Stone Cold's, because when that glass broke, man, the whole arena erupted. As soon as you get that, I mean, you can't tell me the whole arena did not erupt. As soon as that glass breaks, as soon as you hear that,
exactly. Oh, no surprise.
There will be nobody better than Stone Cold, because I know I used to go crazy just hearing the glass break, just hearing that. I mean, come on, that's like the best theme song, best entrance in all of pro wrestling. Who comes out with a glass break? Just all you gotta hear is.
Nope. Everybody has their own way. Everybody has their own introduction, and everybody has its. I can't really go on further on introductions. Blah blah. I'm starting to babble on. But all in all, Bray Wyatt was a talent like no other.
He was. He really was.
Bray Wyatt, and it's terrible that he was taken from us at such a young age. 36, for crying out loud. He was loved by the fans. During the time that he was let go and he was brought back in, fans were chanting, "We want Wyatt. We want Wyatt." Fans were upset that they did this to the guy because the man was outstanding original. When he made that comeback appearance at that Extreme Rules pay-per-view, when he came out with the lantern, pulled up that mask, the place went way loud. Way loud. Look for that Bray Wyatt Returns Extreme Rules on YouTube, and you see what I'm talking about. Massive fucking pop this man got when he made that return.
His last match was with LA Knight, and that was like the Mountain Dew at the Royal Rumble. That was his last match, and I think we haven't seen him since then. And then, I mean, yeah, he's been on SmackDown doing his thing, but they really wasn't kicking off the whole, Uncle Howdy thing they were doing at one point. And next thing you know, he had a match with LA Knight, and then he's back on the shelf, and then we haven't seen him since. And now we hear this tragic news. It really hurts. It really hurts.
It is. Really hurts, man. And you know what? It saddens that the world of professional wrestling lost another great one. And there'll never be anybody like him ever again. Ever. Whatsoever.
Those gimmicks he had were just so good. That was so good.
I mean, everybody had their own style. Wyatt had his own style. Terry Funk had his own style. Rowdy Roddy Piper had his own style. And all those styles that they had were the most memorable along the pro wrestling audience. And tell you what, I'm going to give some albums out for you and YR to listen to, and these are recommended by yours truly here. Now YR, since he's now big on Ministry, I recommended a couple albums that I mentioned earlier. The Land of Rape and Honey, The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste, Psalm 69, Filth Pig, and after that, just best to stop for after that, because last few records that Ministry put it out afterwards were not up to par, unfortunately, according to their hardcore fans. I know Dark Side of the Spoon wasn't all that thrilling, to be honest with you. I heard that album before.
YR, are you there?
Yes.
Good. All right, there.
Good.
And Prince, check, not only, you know about Skitty Puppy. Do you have any of their albums?
No, I don't. But
definitely look up. Look up these albums from it. I'm going to name all of them. Remission, Bites, Mind, The Perpetual Intercourse, Cleanse, Fold, and Manipulate. One of their best. That's what they got me hooked on them. Vivisex 6, Rabies, Too Dark Park, Last Rites, The Process, The Greater Wrong of the Right, Mythmaker, Handover, Weapon. Let's check out all the 12-inch singles if you can find them at any independent record store that is in your area. Go find them for sure.
I will.
Definitely. And also the Ministry albums that I recommend to YR as well.
Through Amazon, if you didn't know.
Yes, definitely go to Amazon and definitely pick those up there. And also Frontline Assembly, Corrosion, Disorder, Hardwired, Millennium. That was industrial metal on its own as well, because it had a lot of metal guitar on it. The two genres at that time, metal and industrial, were definitely mixed in together throughout the 1990s. And the reason why is because, according to one of the guys from the band Chem Lab, was because when you mix the two together, the possibilities are endless.
Tropical Storm.
Mm-hmm. Also, let's not forget, let's see, other album projects like V&V Nation, Empires, Praise the Fallen. That's one of my favorites from them. Automatic, Future Perfect is another good industrial album from this group, featuring Ronan Harris. He preaches a lot of he has a lot of Christian lyrics in his lyrics there. He preaches, basically it's I believe in God, but at times I often question. That's basically some of the viewpoint of his lyrics there. Look for the song immersed just as well. It's a pretty badass song. I made that request for DJ Sean last Saturday out in the patio at the castle. Great
DJ
song.
Sean.
DJ Sean, yes.
Schlong?
Sean, Saan.
Shanju, DJ?
I'll be able, no,
Sean?
but you, hey, and Mr. Joe Blonin is in my chat under his alias account.
Put him on the damn.
Joe, we'll get you. Well, let me see if I can find a because he said something about this community here. Let me see if I can find the guy. Give it a couple of minutes. I'll add you onto the call if you're willing to participate. Okay, let's see what we got here. We'll add you in, Joe, if that's the name. If you have a different Skype name, let me know in the chat so we can add you onto the call because it said something about this community dying. He said, "What's up, everyone? Sad to see this community dying so fast, but shout out to the people that's still going live in this community, like Earl and a few others remaining. Thank you very much, Joe." There. Let's see if he is added on to the mix here in the conversation in terms of Bray Wyatt, industrial music, and I don't think he's available, unfortunately. There, son of a bitch. All right. Estrasai Neibaden, one of the great ones from Germany. Look for one. I only have one of their albums, Strategies Against Agriculture. That's a good album to listen to. Yeah. Revolt. What's up? What's up?
Can we dive into the whole Bray Wyatt situation, guys?
Okay, we could do that, and it'll probably end the show afterwards there.
No, you're not going live all night?
No, I'm not going to, no.
Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, basically, we're paying our final respects to Bray Wyatt.
Can
What?
we do it in a couple hours? 2-3 hours?
Nah, that's about it. Yeah.
Let's get into some drama. Let's talk about Joe Blonin and Ken possibly coming back together.
Yeah, can I ask about that? Why are you always bringing that up a lot?
Well, people have been talking about it for years. I think we need a...
Yeah, but that was, I know but that was back in 2020 where people were expecting that to happen, and it still hasn't happened yet. If they're going to work together, that's between those two.
Listen, those same people, we expect aliens to come every year, and have they came yet? No, but is it going to happen? Probably so.
Yeah.
So we're going to see.
Maybe the aliens can bring those two back together to do some shows.
There's a more chance of aliens invading Earth than Joe Cronin and Ken coming back together. I wonder what's more greater.
I know.
Probably the aliens coming back to Earth, I think.
How about the aliens coming here, snatching up Joe and Ken, doing their show from one of their motherships. Speaking of aliens, if we ever decide to do movie madness, we got to look into this movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Have you two ever saw that movie? Do so. Find it on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. Find that movie, watch it. I remember seeing it as a kid back when it came out in '77. Phenomenal movie, period.
If you mix Mars Mirror with Milk Dud, you get a Milk Mars.
How is Mars Mirror? How is Mars Mirror doing, by the way?
He's drinking a Miller Lite right now, watching the show. Shout out to Mars Mirror.
Mars, get on the call, man. We're going to try to add you in, okay, dude?
Guys, an absolute godsend to this community, guys. Listen, we need to...
Yeah, we need you to come back, Mars. We miss you, dude.
Let's do another 2 or 3 hours, Brown. Let's go till midnight.
Nah, we're gonna probably. I'm about.
I mean, you ain't gonna be able to do shit, so we might as well
Yeah,
Get
but
his-
after a while we get running out of ideas to talk about there, and we don't want to bring up the same old stuff.
We're gonna dive into drama. How
Okay,
about this whole Joe Cronin? Can you play the Joe Cronin clip of Ryback talking about him today?
let me. Well, which channel is on? What is on?
It's on my main channel, the hockey channel.
Okay, let me find it.
One of the recent videos. It's up there. You'll see it.
Okay, there. All right, let me get to it there.
Very, very quick clip, like a 1 minute thing, but.
Brown,
Okay.
you wanna head into a drama stream now? We talked about music all day. Let's head into the drama stream now.
Okay, let's talk about this. Here.
Have a race debate.
What? Let's see what we got here about Ryback talking about Mr. Danny Cronin there.
So you want to get into some drama?
With those two idiots, they came up to you at a signing or something, and they've been talking crap about you. And the fact that they even posted that video and thought that they were in the right, it made me laugh. And they're two dumb idiots from New York, by the way. And
that was so for people. That wasn't, and I'm not going to say their names because they're worthless.
Don't say
but
their names.
they're
I don't even know their names.
They still to this day the one who constantly tries to get attention. Like he's just obsessed.
I don't even know his name, but like the fact
they talked a bunch of shit prior and like never had done anything, never had met these guys. They tried to come up and they had a hidden camera and they were trying to get like things and like they wanted to pay for a picture and autograph and I told them their money was no good with me. I told them no.
I loved it.
And then I told them, but I had a long talk with them. I go about like just being better human beings. I was like, you guys are just spreading and then they post all of it thinking that they're somehow like, no, go ahead. You guys are the fucking idiots. Like,
I loved it. I loved every second of it. I wanted it going.
I think it just shows how pathetic. They wanted to pay for a picture and autograph with me.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was literally sitting there like, this is amazing. First of all, I love that you did that, big guy, because this is the thing. And also,
one of the guys was wearing a beer hat, I think, by the way, with the little fucking nozzles, like just walking around like a drunken fucking. It was something with one of those little fucking had a little gimmick light on it with the little tube for the beer. Like,
yeah, like where you drink the beer out of.
Yeah, I was like walking around WrestleCon like a grade A fucking loser. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, and I'm like in my head, like, no, we need more.
That's it there. And the two people he's talking about, of course, is Joe Cronin and JD from NY, if I'm correct.
Guys, I did. The YR mullet is dead.
Right? I know. Yeah, you cut some of that off there.
I cut a lot off. There's definitely a lot gone, but we're gonna bring it back towards the colder season, probably more.
So, Brown, are we diving into
and might do some bleach, guys, with the hair, but we're gonna see.
Brown, are we diving into the drama?
We'll do some for a while there.
Well, now, what do you think about the Ryback thing, Brown? You think Ryback's right? You think Joe Cronin's right?
Well, then knowing how Joe Cronin is when he talks about wrestlers and all that there, and knowing that how he always went off on Ryback, but then again, we also need to talk about, does Joe Cronin still want to be employed by WWE? Is he still hoping that possibly Vince or Triple H will call him to be one of their announcers?
Yes.
Ain't gonna happen. Because let me explain to you, Joe. If you're listening, dude, you're better off doing the indie circuit because at least you'll be able to be you while calling the matches.
Like JD.
Yeah, because when you could ask Michael Cole or Charlie Sexton or Byron Sexton, I should say, or possibly Corey Graves.
Sexton.
Yeah, I thought it was named. My bad. You have to, when you have those earphones on, you got to hear there's someone in the background, where it's possibly Vince. Tell them what to say, what not to say. Advertisers pay for you. Say this, say that. Don't say that there. And a lot of ways it's gonna be aggravating. I know I just wouldn't be able to handle that. That's for sure. Say this, don't say that. Say this, don't say that. Say this, say that. And geez, give me a break. And that does get aggravating after a long while there.
It got so aggravating for CM Punk. He asked Jerry Lana which button turns the volume when the headphones off.
Guys, CM Punk found dead in his hotel room, apparent suicide.
No, he didn't.
Dude, don't even play like that.
Phil
The
Brooks,
recent news on CM Punk is he got suspended.
guys,
Don't try that.
Well, no, look on there. Phil Brooks, CM Punk, former wrestler, found constraint, died dead of suicide. He hung himself, guys.
No, he didn't, dude. He's suspended. The recent news on him, he got suspended.
And the Great Britain.
He's not dead. He is suspended. He got himself in trouble. He got himself an altercation with Mr. Jack Perry.
You got it. Exactly, bro. All these rumors going around.
Yeah, but then again, these are the same people that
Don't believe them, Dr. Brown. Don't be part of the 85%.
I'm not.
Don't believe that's the same people that put out bullshit on Trump and everything. Bro, have y'all seen Ryback's Wikipedia? It's like all negative. Like, bro, you can't believe all of that shit. Like, this dude is just one big asshole. Like, come on. All of the you gotta look into shit yourself, and I did with the Ryback thing. With his show, which you can see every day, obviously, You can see how he acts with people. Yeah, he's pretty firm and stern a lot. Like, if you're stupid, if you act stupid, like he's gonna treat you so. Like, if you ask him a stupid question, he's gonna fucking treat you stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like, this is what I'm trying to make. Like Joe Cronin, Ryback did act like a dick to Joe Cronin. We get that from Joe. We understand that from Cronin.
Yeah.
But Cronin's still bashing, freedom of speech. We get that. You can bash anything you want, everyone. You can call him a fathead, whatever. But from Ryback's point of view, really it all has to do with like the paid for interview. And Ryback's defense, Ryback said Pat Buck was making money on the side, taking money. So he told Joe Cronin, and Pat Buck didn't know about Joe Cronin. Ryback knew about Joe Cronin. So if Ryback would have gotten the interview, maybe it would have been cheaper or longer. I don't know. Brown, what do you think about that? Would you want to interview Ryback with Joe Cronin, or?
I would probably I'd probably have a better off having a conversation with Ryback one-on-one on either his channel or my channel. Most likely his channel because, he probably doesn't know who I am.
Do you have Twitter?
I do. Well, it's not called Twitter no more. It's called X.
X.
Yeah, they changed it to X.
Now, a lot of things have gone crazy because
if I message you tomorrow, you can join. I'll tell you when, and it's like in the morning, like usually 11 or 12 o'clock. And Ryback live on YouTube, but through Twitter.
But that problem is that's when I'm at work.
You work tomorrow?
No. But then
tomorrow.
Yes, definitely I could probably do that there. See if does he take Skype or regular phone calls?
Twitter.
No,
you go on Twitter. And it's it's called Twitter. It's called X. It's X. It's called Spaces. And you'll see it. You'll just go on Ryback's Twitter account, and you'll click on it. It's like a platform there, like an audio platform, live audio show, basically. And it's in the it's you'll see Ryback tweets it out, and it's all through Twitter. You don't have to go through nothing else. You just click on it, and it adds you to the room. And it's all audio. There's no video, but it's kind of like Discord, but it's only audio. There's no video, nothing like that. And Ryback chooses one by one who he wants in the call. And when he sees new callers, he'll add you in, and he'll add you right in.
Nice.
I see Steve's on there all the time.
Yeah, I heard.
And I called in a couple times, but I'll let you know when he's live tomorrow, and then you can ask him.
Definitely.
What would you ask him? Like, I'll be Ryback.
I know. I'm still trying to figure out what to ask.
Hey, welcome to the Ryback Show, Dr. Earl Brown. What do you got for me today? How are you doing?
Well, Ryback, I was wondering your thoughts on what should Tony Khan do with CM Punk acting erratically like he's been. I mean, like, this is the second altercation that Punk has had backstage at an AEW event.
Where are you getting this information from? How do you know that it really had an altercation? I mean,
I was looking on the internet right now.
Well, that's the problem, Dr. Brown, that, you're
Well,
watching.
apparently this actually did happen, from what I understand there.
You know about Joe Cronin? This guy Joe Cronin.
Yes, I know about him, and he needs to stop saying he's going to kill himself.
That's all he's got left. That's the problem right now.
There you are, Joe Blonin. What's up, man?
How you? It's good to see you live, Earl.
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, it's kind of expected. Because we're supposed to go live tomorrow night, but Wire decided, hey, let's do a live show tonight there because of the fact that because of the hurricane situation here in Florida.
Oh yeah. Hope all's well for that, and get your house, boarded up or whatever you need to do.
Everything is okay. So far, there's been no high winds, no rainstorms, none of that. That's been going on so far, but we'll have to wait till later on this evening.
Hey, Joe Cronin, how are you?
Joe Blonin.
How do you feel about the whole Bray Wyatt situation?
Buyback thing.
Yep. Yeah, this is Blonin. Unfortunately, this is not Cronin. I mean, this community is... This community, I mean, there's only a few of us left. I mean, that's how it is, and I don't see it rebounding. I mean, it's just a dying community, and every now and then, we have some of the originals that will go live, and, and that's how it is for right now, and that's probably how it's going to be.
You've accepted that?
I accepted it. I mean, what's going to save it?
Community hype is dead, right, Blonin?
There is no. What's the hype? I mean, let's talk about it. Let's.
The nostalgia of hearing someone on YouTube that you've been listening to for years, like Joe Cronin. That's the thing about Cronin, guys. He's always there for us.
Yeah.
You listen to him. Not there for us like we can reach out to him for a specific situation and he's going to give us an answer now. Like just on some. You're used to his voice and listen to him. It's comforting. And if you're having a tough day or tough time, throw on a Cronin show. I mean, recently it's been fine. His Raw reviews, I mean, the wrestling, the monetize this is all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, these voices we hear, there's no hype, but it's all about that nostalgia, Blonin. And nostalgia is going to comfort you when you need comforting. I'm serious.
Not going to grow. I mean, the days of this, even thinking about this community growing, it's over. I mean, it's just decreasing, and it's decreasing rapidly.
Yes. It's like the Titanic underwater. It's falling.
Yeah, but I'm with you, Wire. It's good to see the people who are actually still going live. Has Cronin's shows been lacking wrestling review? Yeah. I mean, he has competition now. He's got people like JD. He's got the Salamonster that goes live. There's a ton of people go live.
Shaw's included, yes.
Yeah, it's the competition like for YouTube wrestling reviews is like there's more to watch, so that's hurting him. Cronin's problems, he needs to go back to his roots, like how a lot of people discovered him as like doing these Raw reviews and just going like over the edge. He doesn't do that. He gets on stream and he kind of seems depressed, and it's just like you're not going to grow anybody. You're not going to get donations like that. I mean, he used to just go like well over the top it was funny. He made like, first. That's why I found Joe Cronin. He was just bashing Raw in a funny way. You don't get that no more. I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, but he just doesn't have the passion like he used to have watching wrestling, and he probably doesn't have the donations that used to come in. What's that?
Blonin, I only have, like, I didn't order the AEW. I watched it. I probably watched 60% of it, if that.
I don't watch any of it.
As to what went on. But, like, Cronin, even if you're not into wrestling, I get it. Like, you'll follow. Like, I couldn't name half of the AEW roster. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not stupid.
Yeah, I'm a WWE guy too. So,
but I know the names. Like when they bring up a name or something, like I know. You know what I'm saying? I can put a face to the name there.
Yeah.
Characters, but like, like if you're a wrestling fan, you're always going to be knowing what It's not going to be a bad thing when you hear about it, right? So if you're having a bad day, whether it is, just in general a bad day,
Go. I'm serious. Like even if it's a wrestling show or Cronin like that, it's all about. I'm telling you, like Blonin, you love the community, you love certain characters, the nostalgia, and in other
It's
words,
just not. It's not the same no more, though. That's the thing. Like I used to get excited. It's like there's zero excitement. There's like, I saw Earl live. Like sweet, see what's going on in the community. I mean, it's there is nothing going on in the community.
what do you mean? Ryback's fucking talking shit about Joe Cronin.
Who was that on the call on the ride back? Who was
I
that?
do not know
one of us?
myself. I don't know myself there. It must have been somebody that calls. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you.
I know Cronin called. That was funny.
Yeah,
That was
he
when
called under the name Tommy. I saw that there.
That was funny. See, that's the Cronin that we want. That's the Cronin. It's like he's got to find that somewhere.
Cronin
Yeah.
needs to make more sex calls.
Yeah, this is just to get the show like, I haven't watched.
I gotta
well, can't
piss. I'll
really
be back.
It's been a while since I really watched like Monetize This. I every now and then I will like click on a show and like scroll through it and stuff like that. But it's just
Joe Blonin.
I don't know.
Joe Blonin, are you a Prince guy? You a Prince fan?
Prince, like as in like Prince the singer, or
Prince Idol, the black man.
oh yeah, I don't mind Prince.
Thank you.
But like, in your opinion, YR, what in recent months, what really got the community popping? Name one thing, one event. I mean, besides the one time where Scott and everybody got on call.
Well, no, it's the whole just chaotic behavior podcast. Well, the last month, not much because. Did you see have you checked my channel recently?
Yeah, a lot
You
of
see
concerts.
You see Metallica?
Yeah, I see your content.
Thank
It's not really, it's not community related, but yeah,
I've
you're
been busy there. You know what I'm saying? I packed a lot in there, but
yeah, it's good. I mean, I watch. I mean, it's just not gonna get it's not gonna get to the level of what us loyal community people want. We like the drama, we like the fun, we like the the skits and the bits. That's what we've been. How long have we been in this together? How long have you been in this community, Wire?
coming up on if we're counting to 24 if we're counting 2024, we can say I mean all of us, right? Roughly
I think we're all around the same.
Six.
Yeah, that's 6 years I think I'm at.
Roughly 8 years, 8 or 9 years. 8 to 10 years, guys. Easy.
I came in 2016.
That's what I'm saying. That's 8 years coming up.
Oh yeah, that's 8 years. Shit, I mean, that's almost a decade we all known each other. I mean, not really physically known each other, but know each other. It's not about physical meeting in person. Like I said, like 60% of jobs now are all like work from home, and you can be working with people from different states and different countries and no issues. It's like, so the physical contact thing is not really,
Would y'all agree, like from 2010 to 2020, because it's already almost 2024, that decade has flown by really fast. But compared to like the decade of 1990, like 90 to 99, that decade seemed like a long time, correct?
Yes. So I 100% agree. Because think about it. Let's say 8 years. Let's say we know each other for 8 years.
A long time, guys.
Let's go back in high school. So let's go senior year, and let's go. All right. So what's 8 years from senior year? 4 years would be 9, and then that's 8, 7, 6. That's fifth. That's like us knowing each other in 5th grade, and then going on to graduating from high school. And from those school days, like time goes by so slow, and that seemed like forever. From like 5th grade or 4th grade to your senior year, and that's like pretty much like what we are.
Think about when you're watching wrestling as a child.
Oh yeah, or early teenager. That was when I first started watching wrestling. I said, "Wow, I was real fascinated."
You were a teen?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was around early 1984 when I first started watching the WWF, and it was because of this. I'm a 3 or 2.5 minute segment called Piper's Pit. I was intrigued by this Piper guy, and I started watching the rest of the show afterwards. And that's when I got to hear about Big John Studd, Andre the Giant, Tito Santana, Junkyard Dog, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus Beefcake, and of course Hulk Hogan.
Well, the like that 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, like those were some good years too.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ruthless
I was
Aggression.
5 when I got to wrestling. 5 years old, and I still remember I remember going to an event in 1987. I was 87, 88. It was 88. And I touched the hair of George the Animal Steel.
Nice.
Like as he was coming down to the
Was it his chest hair?
Entrance way.
Back hair,
back
chest. Oh yeah, back hair.
hair.
He had plenty of that. That's for sure.
Yeah. And Macho Man was supposed to be there, but he never showed up, and it was just I didn't care. I mean, I was 5 years old at the time. That was the first event I ever went to.
All right, Mike.
It was just
I have some.
I was just hooked.
I don't
That
know
was it.
about what you have, like physically, but
I remember
I had my original, in a binder, Pokemon cards from like 1999 that I still have, and that's over 20 years old. Do you have anything physically that you've had over the years?
A ton. I got coins I used to collect. I got comic books, a whole bunch of comic books, basketball trading cards, baseball trading cards. My favorite baseball trading card is my rookie card of Scott when he was a pitcher back in baseball.
You have a Scott. You have a
Scott McKinnon rookie card. Oh yeah, my favorite. I have two favorite pitchers that ever played baseball: Nolan Ryan and Scott McKinnon.
Yo, Dr. Brown, do you have anything physically from the?
From the Red Scene.
You left in a storage in Detroit.
Most of my storage is back in Michigan, unfortunately, there, and I gotta find out where it's located. I wasn't able to take everything with me from there to Texas because the weight, all the extra baggage would cost more for the flight. So I had to get a hold of one of the guys who shared that place in. I spoke to him a couple times on Facebook and find out where all that stuff is. Because I left a lot of stuff. Way behind there. CDs, a whole bunch cassettes, and some other things as well.
Just saying that, Earl. Just CDs, cassettes, this stuff that's all gone. Like, my kids will never know like the experience of like going to a music store and getting a CD, getting a tape. It's all just like instant gratification now. It's just,
Joe Blonin, CDs is way better than records, sound-wise. CD is the best sound.
Yeah.
They say the vinyl really sounds good. Like
the new vinyl that's out there.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's like you got to put the thing on, blah 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 blah, flip it, blah blah, clean it. Like CD, you all have to worry about is scratching, but records are way expensive now too, guys. Like these box sets and all these, like the vinyls.
Yeah, that's back then. Yeah, it's YR's got a point about that because back then, because a vinyl album back then would have cost about $7.99 or $6.99 or $10.99 if it was the double album there.
Record, it's like at that $40 to $60 price range and more.
Yeah.
At least
currently, right now, right?
Currently, right? Yes, correct. Because vinyl is deemed hot right now. And
is it like? Do they listen to it, or is it more of a collectible thing? Like, like everyone still like loads up Spotify, still load up that.
For some people like myself, it's kind of both. It's like, oh wow, this album sounds interesting. I used to have this. I could put it on again, and wow, it's a colored vinyl. This is most interesting. And I'm talking about the new version, the vinyl version of Diary of a Madman that I saw at the nearby Walmart. It's right now on the colored vinyl, like a blue vinyl, kind of like similar to the background of the album cover.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember for a while, Walmart was selling these Metallica vinyl albums That was, of course, issued by the band themselves and their record label, Blackwood Recordings. And they were on colored vinyl. And those were like a limited edition because after that, they're all gone, for what I understand. But there's still copies of the Black Album, Dan Justice for All, Master Puppets on colored vinyl. Like if you bought the Ride the Lightning album, it would be on dark blue vinyl because of the dark blue background of the album cover.
And that's pretty much, you know, and you're paying like $40 to $60 for that now.
Yep. Well, not really $40, $60. If it's a double album, maybe so. But, however, if it's just for a one single album at the Walmart, it would cost about $24 for one vinyl album up there.
I got a question for you, Earl.
Yeah.
Since you're the big music guy.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it. How old are you?
57.
57. All right. So you've seen like a lot of shit from the early days to where we're currently at in music. Do you think what do you think of the whole Spotify? How everything's just like instant now? How they're the music video MTV's gone.
I know.
It's music's not the same. So like when you like I have 2 kids, so like when you I'm like kind of like observing like what music they're listening to and stuff like that. It's like it's different. They don't have like the same like at least what I used to have. I was born in the 80s.
Are they into bands like Judas Priest and?
No, I mean it's like weird like TikTok shit. YouTubers they're into.
Yeah.
Like this weird songs. It's just like man, it's like if that's. Yeah, it's the generation nowadays.
Like
there's
trans and children songs or what?
Nah,
Well, it's a pissy-ad pop songs that are out there right now.
Are your kids trans, Blonin?
No. Oh, dude.
Nah.
But most of the artists today are probably singing like them.
Dude, though, man, but there's in school though, they're man, you'd be surprised what they're supporting shit like that now.
No, because your wife is kind of freaky and weird and like liberal and you know what I'm saying. So she would support like that type ship. That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna be shocked when I said this. She's a Trumper.
No, but she doesn't. Bro, doesn't she look like doesn't she seem and look like really like mean? And you say she's mean and like fucking cunty and like fucking just like a bitch stuff like.
Well, that's all women, isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's true. Today's modern women have this attitude like they're entitled to everything. They got the rules over everything.
Dr. Brown, just interrupt me because she has like the sex toys and all that shit. Like she has to build it.
They all do. Yeah, my gosh. It's like some of her friends and crap like that, man. It's just like they're all just like into toys and.
Dr. Brown, do you support trans kids? Trans children?
No, I don't.
Dr. Brown?
Yeah.
Do you support trans children?
Not really.
I know who does, though.
Right.
The old CM Punk.
Oh, gosh.
He does.
We're going to go another 2 hours tonight to midnight. Dr. Brown, you tired?
No, I mean, not really getting tired, but I'll remain live for a while
right.
Since we got Blonin on the call here.
And then we got I got another question for YR. You've seen Scott McKinnon play pro ball, right?
No.
Baseball.
He played for the Cincinnati Reds.
No.
Yeah.
And we're not talking the Scott, the alien boy that we all know and adore.
My question would have been just quick and simple. Like, does he prefer Scott's curveball or his fastball back when he played for the Montreal Expos?
I liked his hard ball. You know what I'm saying?
But the community, man. Who do you miss the most? Who do you miss the most, Earl? Who doesn't go live anymore? Or who doesn't call in? Does it have to be necessary?
Brian Himmelfarb.
Brian Himmelfarb. Yeah, he doesn't go live no more. He doesn't call in no more.
You know, it would be nice to have Drew back on the show. He was a guest on one of our programs.
What happened to him too?
Well,
Like,
he does live. Well, he still goes live, but it's usually gaming streams.
Yes, he was doing game, but I haven't checked. Unless I'm not getting alerts, which doesn't surprise me because YouTube's very shady lately on the alerts.
Yep, they sure have, man. The thing of the video, one of my recent videos showing Vikings making threats got age restricted.
Probably because it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And did that? And I think that happened to you, YR, because you posted the same thing on your channel.
Is that true, YR?
YR?
I mean, the age restriction things doesn't surprise me because that's like a mandatory rule now where you have to like tell your video. It's like
I did that many years.
Kids.
I did that a long time ago, man, and it still stands at this point. It's over to 18 and over, and nothing else.
All right, Earl. We're talking about the community right now, right?
Yes, we are.
All right, so I'm gonna give you. All right, who would you prefer? And I'm gonna give you two names, and you pick which one you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not necessary that you hate them. I'm gonna say who would you prefer? Who would you prefer to listen to, or who do you prefer in general? All right, let's give two names. Mars or Nikki Nines?
I'll probably have to say Mars.
All right. Cronin or Ken?
Probably a Ken.
All right.
Really?
Is it just a preference, or because Ken doesn't really talk about the wrestling, but he his show's more about like everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Cronin does. All right.
Yeah, plus the other issues I had with him talking about with him wanting to kill himself all the time.
Let's do Bullfrog or Tommy.
Tommy.
Scott or YR?
YR, definitely. Because what Scott always talks about, I know the truth, man. I know what's really going on, man. It's like, you don't know shit.
Well, he's an alien. They're finally getting accepted now. They're finally coming here, so might be in a better mood once we accept the aliens. Let's go. Let me think. Drew or JB?
Since JB, I'll have to say Drew. If Drew was doing live shows again instead of gaming streams, but if JB was still around, I'll definitely check out JB. I miss him.
Dave Rose or Luke Roja?
Dave Rose.
Definitely. Even though Luke's getting hot, he's getting high. He's. I will give Cronin that. It's like he had like people on his show. It's like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. He's funny. He's really he gets like so raunchy sometimes, and like he reminds me of a young Joe Cronin.
There you go.
To be honest with you, like he reminds me of a young Joe Cronin. Like he's some of the shit that he says, like it's funny. I mean, he's. What's that?
Should I do it, Dr. Brown? Would you do like the hot challenges, eating hot stuff?
Not really.
Are you into hot stuff, Earl?
Hot pussy.
Are you into hot like food?
Not that much.
We don't want to. We're talking about the community. We don't want to start. That's one thing with the community. The only time everybody can agree with and stop fighting, trying to kill each other, is if food gets brought up. It's like, oh yeah, everyone just starts talking about food and everything's everyone's down with each other. That's one thing I observed in this community. Like if food gets brought out, like everybody will stop what they're doing. If they're fighting, trying to kill each other, they'll okay, let's just talk about food.
Ah.
You ever notice that? Like in any show, like it could be like a regular show, it could have a ton of drama in
yeah,
it.
That is kind of reminds me of the song "Go for Soda" by Kim Mitchell. Hey, two guys are having an argument, and they said, "Hey, let's have a soda," and that's it.
I mean, I've seen so many streams where like it was like getting like, oh my god, it was getting scary. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen? And the next thing, like food gets brought up, and everyone's like, yeah.
Is there ever a chance for you in Minnesota where you ought to be patient with people?
I would like to Minnesota. I would love Minnesota to realize that, stop calling me. Stop saying shit that.
He's never gonna realize because his brain is fried. So he's never gonna realize he has dementia. He's not gonna realize, dude. He's old timers. He's fucked up, dude. He's old. He's not gonna realize.
Yeah, but
it's over for him.
Now the funny thing is that he's in his 40s, correct?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows how old he is? All I'm saying is.
But here's the thing: he needs to get. Well, I made this suggestion that Ken was there, YR was there, Jacob was there. He needs to get out of that, spot that he's in, at the place that he lives in, that bomb shelter. Put some suntan lotion on his skin. Get out there, live life. Quit letting everything get to him. And stop thinking that everybody who does shows or works with somebody he doesn't like is against him. I never was against the guy, but he thinks I am because he has this idea like I turned against him. I chose YR over him. It's like I chose this guy over him. It's like, dude, first and foremost, you gave it the boot.
He used to be good friends until I came around. And that's the honest truth. He started being mean to you when you started having me on your show.
Yeah.
So that's the honest truth.
I got a question though,
That's where it all
too,
started.
Earl.
Yeah.
That's
Related
where it all
on the Vikings fan.
Yeah.
All right, so you're on a cliff.
Yeah.
You're holding Minnesota Vikings his hand in your left arm, and you're holding a bag of money, $10,000 with your right arm, but it also has bricks on the bottom, so it's heavy. You can't pull both up. What do you save? The bag of bricks with $10,000 in it, or would you pull up and save Vikings fan? You have to drop one.
Oh, I have to drop Vikings because all this shit he said about me. Remember what he said, yo?
Earl,
Yep.
you have to understand. You have to understand. I'm gonna say it one more time. You and him used to be great friends. One day he came on your stream disrespecting me. You didn't condone that.
No.
You didn't condone it. So that's how the argument really started between you and him because how he treated me, and he's never liked you since you
I
took
don't
my
think it was
side.
you. I think it was YR.
It was the fact that he doesn't appreciate the fact that we're still working with YR. He was against me working with YR back in 2020 when we were doing the Metal Maniacs
So it
program.
goes further than that. Oh,
yes,
gosh.
exactly. He's always, he's hated YR, he's hated SC Steve, he's hated RP, he hated you, he hates Sean's view, he hates
me, Prince Idol.
But you know what it should come to though? Like what Vikings fans should think? He's like, I'm an OG in this community, and there's not many people left. It's like, who cares who works with who? We're just a
That's what we've been trying to tell him. Even Nicky Nines mentioned
barely
that.
surviving.
Yeah, but he's got this idea that if you're not with me, you're my enemy. Because you may remember on Ken's program when him and I had that issue going on, and Ken was trying to reason with Vikings, and that's when Vikings talked about this Chinese guy apparently recording him, when we all know that's bullshit. I asked, well, you said you need to get out of the dark side, Brown. I'm like, well, work with who? He's like, me.
There is no dark side no more. We're one team. We're we're a community. That's it. There's no one feuding with nobody, really.
Dr. Brown.
Yeah.
You talking about some Chinamen?
Yeah, he's talking about China. Said that Vikings made this claim on Ken's program that some Chinese guy was videotaping him, and Vikings went out and confronted him about it. And it was totally out of the conversation that we were having.
I heard that. I think I was listening to that stream.
Yeah, it was on a Friday night last year.
Yeah, it was really out of the blue. Like Vikings fans said he has people he thinks people are watching him and.
Yes, he even made this. Here's something else.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah, well, he made this claim that the feds were after him, thinking that he's some sort of a James Bond, when he's actually not. He also made this claim at the end of his streams that Scott, Tony, and Simo want him dead.
Who, Carlos Cabral?
No, Vikings
Simo's
fan.
another guy.
Oh.
Like, who's left? Seriously, who's left? Like, off the top of your head, let's think of 10 people that still interact. Doesn't have to go live because there's no way in hell we're gonna come up with 10 people.
I think everyone killed themselves.
I just gave up. I mean, I'm almost gone. I mean, I'm like 1 foot out the door, and I never thought I would say that. It's like every now and then, I get these notifications, and I did get a notification that Earl was live. I was like, all right, that's. And it's just it shouldn't be that way. I mean, there was one point where like we were just ready for anybody to go live. It was just like, shit. There was some streams that like one person went live in the morning, someone went live in the afternoon, in the evening, at nighttime. It was just so hot. It's gone. It's never coming back. But I think I'll still be here till the day I die, until at least or the day the community everyone drops off and is like, all right, no more. It's just like it's just something like. I would never just walk away and say I'm done. I would at least post a goodbye video or something like that. Some of these people who left, they didn't even like post a goodbye video because this is shit that we've been doing for years. I mean, it's not real life, but it doesn't have to be real life. Real life doesn't have to be like physically knowing people, physically hanging out. I mean, it could just be talking to people on a call, and like we do, and the shit that we do. Like we're based on a wrestling community. We all like to have, some people like to have gimmicks and characters, and we all go over the top. But it's just, yes.
Would you let me have sex with your wife?
You would have to go after it.
You have to go to Grand Rapids.
Listen, you can be in the same room and you can watch. It's fine.
We would all have to get together, and it probably won't happen now. And the old 2016 Blonin, probably, who knows? But now it's like everyone's getting older, and probably not now.
What?
You missed your opportunity.
You're not like kinky like you used to be?
Hell no, man. I wish. But shit, remember when I came in here, I didn't have the fucking kids. Shit. Well, we were younger. See, I'm almost 40 years old now. Fuck.
You wearing the mask right now or no?
No, I'm not. I'm not even that.
You're really in the Ryan Highland character. You're really in Ryan right now.
No, it's like a. No, it's mixed. It has some Blonin in it.
Hybrid. Yeah, I feel you. Hybrid.
Yeah, you got to put that into the
Ryan Cronin.
Ryan Blonin.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's just serious talk. I mean, it's like shit, man. It's just like we know it. One day I know it's gonna be all gone, and it's just like I think Ken said something back to it. Like I was listening to a stream on him. He was like, you know what? He's like, if this community just blows up in one day and we're all just no one does it anymore. He's like
crazy.
He's like I don't regret it. And the same thing. He's like I don't regret it either.
I mean, yes. I'll bring you a prime example. How it can all be gone. Yes, everyone can have backup channels, blah blah blah, right? But
no one reports chat. That was the dumbest thing.
When I start putting these Metallica videos out, bro, and they got copyrighted and struck.
Really?
From the company that filmed it, like, bro, like just the odds and everything, and other people, it's getting it too, and they're not responding, and YouTube is not retracting nothing. When shit like that happens, where YouTube's striking shit, and then you can't get it resolved, that's what's gonna fuck up people's shit. Like, not necessarily people reporting them. I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying just if
YouTube is doing it, there'll be another platform. If YouTube's doing it, eventually another platform will come up and say, hey, we're going to be like the old YouTube.
Because everyone's done it. Everyone's played a video or played a song or something and it's got fucked. Or shown something on TV or shown a sport, something. All of us has got fucked with that. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's ridiculous. It really is. Like, as long as there's no nudity, as long as you're not showing a movie at a movie theater, you should be fine.
You should be, but it's not. The rules are getting stricter. I read about it, and I don't think they're gonna boot people's channels if a little, like your channel. There's no reason for them to like. You're not Are you monetized? No. So like, you're not. If you're not getting money off YouTube, you should be able to do what the fuck you want, in my opinion.
I'm Blonin, what are you seeing on this hurricane? On it?
Who knows? You don't know until it really happens.
Are you gonna go to this Pine Knob show? Because you're in Michigan. Are you gonna go to this Pine Knob show with?
No, I haven't been. I haven't been to a concert. Last concert I've been to, Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond at the Van Andel Arena.
Family. You can literally take the whole family, because you can take the whole family for under 100.
No, I don't. If I go to no.
It is family friendly. It's a pavilion, bro. It's fine. Like people bring their kids and family.
If I go to a concert, it's got to be someone spectacular.
And your fucking fat wife at like 5X fucking panties. Come on.
Now, if I go, she likes the God, who does she like? Oh, she loves the McDonald dude.
Ken can wear your wife's panties as a hoodie. For Christ's
Michael
sake.
McDonald, you're referring to?
No, he's the new rap dude. He like raps. It's like Trump. He's like his like long tattoos on his face.
I don't know. Rappers, so many rappers nowadays have tattoos over their face.
George Thorogood?
No, he has no tattoos. He's not even a rapper.
Earl, I got another question. It's not community related. What do you think about AI recreating songs with different voices? With like Elvis can have a new song, Prince can have a new song, Queen can, Freddie Mercury. They're like redoing it. Like it's at the early stages right now. But what I've been
Beatles,
reading, like,
they were talking about there's a possible AI Beatles song that's supposed to be coming out. There was one more Paul McCartney himself.
And what I'm hearing is like from like 5 years now, maybe 6. The technology is going to be so good with AI where you can say like, hey, play me a song about butterflies and bees with Elvis singing in the style of Pantera. And it'll just like, it'll create that. And my question is, they're also going to do that with bands. Like a lot of like these will AI take over? Get real people who could play the guitar, real people who could play the drums.
I hope not, because there's a lot of people.
It's coming.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The thing is, it's getting to the point now where AI is just about taking over everything. Musicians, guitar players, bass players, keyboards players, drummers, backup singers.
Singing, everything.
Exactly, but it's
everything.
But if everything's going to go AI, then there's going to be no need for musicians. And we're talking about tons of musicians out there who like to work, like to play, get paid, and all that stuff, looking for gigs.
Exactly.
And yet but thing is, a lot of these people are just going, now if it's for recreating works of art or artists that are no longer with us, like Freddie Mercury or recently Tina Turner, then I can understand that. Or
it's
Ronnie
still weird. It's still weird because it's like it's taken away from other people. If you're competing against, the Doors, Morrison, in 2032, like that guy's voice, that they can instantly take his voice, Jim Morrison, and then just use his voice and add it to any style. It's like you're competing against some of the greatest voices in the history of music, and now it's like they can just like with AI, it's like hear their voice and then change it to any new song and into whatever style they want. It's like those artists who are also complaining. You can basically say, make me a logo. Like AEW got some grief on that because they apparently were using AI to make some of their shirts. And like the actual like artists are like, you can't do that. It's like give it to a true artist who will design it professionally. Just don't have like an AI come up with some logo. I mean, it's to me it's scary. I mean, if I was a kid growing up now, like back in the day, you would only have to compete against other human beings. Now you're competing against AI, and it's gonna fuck up the world.
Now, I only prefer AI if it's used in works of portrayal art, like say like say if it's for artwork, then I'm all for it. And if it's going to be for music, it'll be to have a deceased artist like the ones we mentioned, Freddie Mercury, Tina Turner, Otis Redding, doing new songs or performing on songs that should have been performed on a long time ago, but they can't because they're now dead. If it's going to be used for that, then I'm all for it. It would be nice to hear something new from like say this artist, since we already know the records, or possibly maybe they could create an AI 30th song for Robert Johnson.
But it's not them. That's my problem. It's not. It will sound like them. It will sound perfectly like them. Like that. If you go to YouTube and you eat it, all you gotta do is like type in like AI Elvis or AI anybody, and you get songs. It doesn't sound like some do, some don't, but it's at the early stages right now. Like once it gets, it's like when the iPhone first came out. Like the iPhone sucked. I mean, compared to what it does now, like anything. When anything first comes out, it's give it 5-6 years. Let's see what. Give it 10 years. Let's see what it is. That's gonna be the scary thing. It's like now, it's like you load up some of these songs. It's like that's all right. That somewhat sounds like him, but not quite. But I'm telling you, I mean, this shit's gonna get scary. Like in another 5 to 6 years.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think what we should do is, use it, but don't let it take over everything. That's all. That's my only request.
Like even jobs and sales, it's like imagine
when he gets to that, then this needs to be cut off right there because people who want to earn a paycheck, including yourself and me.
Because they can interact. Like the AI is getting so smart where they'll be able to interact and just be like imagine being a salesperson who can go 24/7 because they're AI. They don't need to sleep. They can just keep on calling people. They can cold calls and whatever, and it's gonna be crazy. My only theory that I think could save everything, how that wouldn't happen. Who's gonna buy anything if everybody's out of the job?
Exactly.
Money will be pointless. So who's gonna? That's my only hope is like money will be pretty much pointless if AI is doing everything because no one's gonna have enough money to buy anything. Make these sale calls at all if AI's running the world.
Yeah. Let's try not to let it go take over every little thing. Let's put a break on it a couple times, people. That's all I ask.
But I don't think people will care because here's why people won't care.
Because they're too intrigued by it.
Well, back in the day, if you had to get to a location, you had to pick up a map and try to figure out directions. Now you just say, hey Siri, hey Alexa, take me to this location.
Hey Google, yes, that's why you do at times.
And it will tell you turn by turn. If you make a wrong turn, it will tell you.
Yep.
It's like, people don't think, well, what about people who make these maps? No one gives a fuck about these people who make these maps. They're just going to use their phone because it's easier. It's more. That's the worry. It's like when these jobs come to us, like, well, they'll think the same way. It's easier if I just get AI to try to make these sales. That's because it's so easy to, everyone was so GPS. It's awesome. It will take us anywhere. Yeah, but how about the people who made those maps? Internet. Oh, it's so easy. What about the newspaper? It's all gone. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's scary.
It's scary at the same time because I remember we had to read the newspaper and everything else, to get some information. You had to either look on TV or the newspaper or on the radio. Now we can look up on the internet. Yes.
That's also getting extinct. I know more people without cable than people with cable.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people.
Because a lot of these streaming TV services like Hulu, Amazon, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus.
Because everyone wants the instant gratification. No more commercials. No more skip the ad. No one wants
exactly.
To see that
yeah,
stuff.
Nobody likes commercials. That's for sure. I still can't deal with the YouTube putting commercials in the middle of the clips that I watch on my phone. For crying out loud.
No one can take it, and then these kids nowadays too. It's just like they see an ad, they go crazy. Oh no, instant. They can't even take it. That's why they're making shorts and all this the stuff that they can only watch for 15 seconds to a minute. It's like anything longer is like they don't want to watch a movie. They want to put on a used to have to do. It's like shit. Blockbuster, another thing that's gone.
I know. Yeah, so I used to go there all the time. All the video stores.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, if you want to get video games, rent a system, get games, get a movie or two, that's all gone.
I
It's
know,
all just
yeah.
instant,
Sadly,
instant
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford streaming, you can't afford cable, you can't afford streaming, you can still get everything just on websites. You just go to websites and you can just stream whatever. It's
Yeah.
just
That's true. There was a couple times where me and my ex-girlfriend watched a few Blood Rain movies with that. That was back in 2012.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like what's going to be like. It's hard to fathom like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's
I
going to be
know.
crazy to think like we're saying like, oh, look at how it's changed from now to 2013. I wish I could Google something right now, but I don't have another phone around me right now. That's like what was going on in 2013 and how it's compared to like right now. I mean, I know cable's dead. Like we were just talking about. No one's watching cable. No one's paying for that.
It's not just cable. It's just every channel that's out there is basically a regular channel when you look at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only thing that does good now, still like that hasn't changed, if not it's getting more popular, is live sports.
Yeah,
People
thank
still watch
goodness.
live
Or
sports.
live concerts. That's for sure there.
Well, yeah, live concerts, you can't change that. And I don't think even AI, no one's going to pay money to sit in a concert and just to listen to something. You got to have people. You got to have
Yeah,
real
exactly.
physical body.
Otherwise, they get called out massively by everybody out there, including the fans and other performers.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right, there. I'm going to end the show. I'm going to relax a little bit, probably hit the hay, relax. Thank you for.
What time you got work tomorrow?
I don't have work tomorrow. We closed
good.
early because of the hurricane there, and I'm off tomorrow and the next day there. And if all goes well, we'll probably do another Music Maniac show. With this time we'll be talking about, we're actually going to be continuing our conversation about record labels. That's what we were talking about the last time when we realized it was time to go. Well, Arkansas said it was time for him to go.
You should do another. You know what you should do, Earl, for a music show?
Hours, Dr. Brown? Need
Well,
another couple hours?
No, I'm done for tonight.
No, I want to kind of see, Earl.
Yeah.
For a show, I can send you maybe 4 or 5 links to AI doing songs and just review them. Just listen to it and tell you what you think.
Okay, definitely do so.
So I think that would be kind of because it's it's talking about the past, but again now it's talking about the people who are trying to recreate this stuff using the voices of former artists, and it's just saying what you think of the songs.
I would like to hear. Let's say, I'd like to hear Lemmy Kilmister do some Neil Diamond. Let's see if we can AI him. Him doing Sweet Caroline.
Bum, bum, bum.
Let's see if we could do that sometime.
Malone, you can go live on your channel.
All right.
I can't. I don't even if I can. I don't know. I don't know how to go live on that channel. I know how to.
Do you have an OBS?
Brian, you really can't do another couple hours?
Nah, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm tired right now. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit there. Gonna relax a little bit.
You might get some. You might get some storms at the worst, but it's way away, and it's
Yeah,
you should be.
All right. Either way, I'm gonna end the show for tonight, and if all goes well, Music Maniacs will be live once again with me, YR, and Argnolia. Here's our fingers crossed on what goes on here afterwards. I want to thank Blonin, Joe Blonin, Prince Idol, YR. Glad you guys came on to say hi. I'm glad we all got to hang out once again. And for all the cats I mentioned, and along with myself, possibly we'll see you tomorrow night for another episode of Music Maniacs. Everybody have a good night, and everyone here in Florida, stay safe and sound. Bye-bye, everybody.